Boys Club.
Is it called Boys Club because my apartment looks like a boy lives in it?
I wouldn't say a boy lives in it. I would say a boy is kidnapped somewhere in here.
Boys Club.
We're everything. We're true crime. We're World Star Hip Hop.
We're World Star Hip Hop. We're Netflix reviews.
Stories of the day.
Boys Club.
Listen.
Yeah, do it. We're on iTunes. We're on Spotify. I think. No, we're not. And on Google Play. Nobody gives a shit.
Boys Club.
Boys Club podcast. Now with 90% more sound clips of black people.
Boys Club.
Touch me and I'll sue.
Here at Intoxicated Reviews, we intellectually dissect the art of cinema, scene by scene. Here's some clips.
That's all he is. It's just a fucking big wooden doll full of cum, chasing kids around.
You look up guys who poop in a bag. Because I think that's where you'll find them. Because he is hurt.
It's probably just in your search history anyway, isn't it? A movie which, by the way, reviewed by my mother, the review was, "Thank God you were on early because we couldn't watch any more of that thing."
You got a wide berth here.
Well, this is a good scene. We're watching the infamous dildo scene.
You got trolled.
You were in too.
I shut
You
the
were
fuck up.
in.
No, I didn't say shit. You got trolled. Corey
I thought you were
West just
stumbling
trolled
on
you.
real script.
They didn't even give him a script when he got the job. They gave him a bottle of Stoli and said, "Learn this."
Did you stumble on the joke?
Talk about this movie for fart's sake.
This is a we can swear. This movie fucking blows.
So don't forget to subscribe to Intoxicated Reviews on all places you find podcasts. Except Spotify. We're working on it.
Do not take product if you are hypersensitive.
Oh, well, hey, Internet. And welcome back to the Intoxicated Podcast. I am your host, Sarah, and if you're new to the show, Intoxicated is a drinking comedy podcast, variety talk show, all-around shit show of a podcast, where I usually have my friends on, and we have a couple drinks and talk about life. And Merry Christmas to everybody listening. This is going to be the official Christmas episode for Intoxicated, but it's a little bit different this time. Last year, I did a Christmas episode with a bunch of fans of Christmas where we sat around and talked about our favorite things about the holiday. Took a hard turn on this one, and it's the opposite. This is actually going to be an anti-Christmas episode. So I gathered some friends of mine who I guess you could consider them Grinches, maybe. People who don't like Christmas, are not a fan of it, and we got together and drank and talked about why we hate Christmas. This was a super fun episode with a bunch of guests. So I actually had Corey from Intoxicated Reviews. If you listen to the show, you know who Corey is. But if you don't, Corey hosts Intoxicated Reviews, which is a separate channel under Intoxicated, and he focuses on movie and TV reviews. So he joined us for this episode, and I also have returning guest, stand-up comedian Andrew Vaughan, good friend of mine. Always love having Andrew on the podcast. Even though it's only his second time on the show, feels like he should be on more. And we also have Andrew's roommate, Richard Allan, who is also a comedian. So this was a jam-packed episode full of awesome guests, and also at the end of the episode, about the last 15 minutes or so, comedian Travis Lindsay joins us as well. So it's a supersized anti-Christmas episode on Intoxicated, and it was so much fucking fun. I mean, if you're someone who can get through the Canada Day Century episode, this one isn't as bad as that, but it is a shit show. So like I said, we talk about all the things we don't like about Christmas. We talk about the worst gifts we've received, shopping frustrations around this time of year. It's a crazy time of year. And if you're anything like us, you hate people and don't want to deal with it. But the main event of this podcast is the gift exchange part, which happens around the hour point or so. So I decided, rather than doing a kind of Yankee swap exchange where we bring a good gift, that we do the opposite and we try to give the worst gift. And oh my gosh, we had some bad gifts going around. So you need to stay tuned for that. That part of the podcast is ridiculous and hilarious. When I was editing this episode, I could not stop laughing. Like, I had so much fucking fun. If you are somebody who isn't the biggest fan of Christmas, you're going to love this episode. If you are a fan of Christmas, I think you'll also enjoy it because there's some really funny stories in here that I think anyone will laugh at. I mean, I'm going to be real. This year, in particular, I'm just not into Christmas. I think it's just the commercialism of it and the pressure to spend money and the craziness at all the stores and just the influx of people. I don't know what it is. I'm just not into it this year. I'm not feeling it. So this was really refreshing to just get together with some friends and tell stories. And in a way, it's funny because in a way, this is what I love about Christmas, is getting together with friends and just drinking and hanging out. I mean, we hung out until about 5 a.m. that night. It was a late night, but holy shit, it was a fun one. All around, awesome time. Really felt like we were back to our roots with Intoxicated and getting drunk and podcasting and laughing. So I had a blast. I want to thank Corey and Andrew and Richard and Travis for coming on. It was a ton of fucking fun. And that night we actually kept the party going and we did an episode 4 reviews. So over on Corey's channel on Intoxicated Reviews, there is a holiday edition of Trailer Trashed where all of us watched a bunch of trailers for really bad Christmas movies. Even though the YouTube video said the best Christmas movies, they were the worst. They were terrible. But we did a Trailer Trash where we watched the trailers and talked about them afterwards. And if you don't know already, Travis Lindsay and Andrew Vaughan are the hosts of the Boys Club Comedy Podcast, one of my favorite podcasts right now. Absolutely hilarious. So please do make sure to give them a subscribe wherever you find your podcasts and check them out on social media as well. They promote their episodes weekly on their Instagram, and that is Boys Club Pod on Instagram. And I happen to know for a fact that there is some extra clips at the end of Corey's episode, which are kind of like clips he took from while we were watching the trailers, sort of our live reactions. Super duper funny. And there's a clip on the latest Boys Club podcast episode. So lots of cross promotion going on here because we love the Boys Club. And of course, do make sure you are subscribed to Intoxicated Podcast and Intoxicated Reviews on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, wherever you find podcasts. You can follow us on social media. That is Intoxicated Podcast on Facebook and Instagram, and on Twitter at @in_toxicated. We do also have an email that you can reach out to if you'd like to send any feedback, comments, questions, anything you want at all. And that's intoxicatedpodcast@gmail.com. I should also say as well, if you are a fan of the show and you'd like to show some Christmas love, the best thing you can do is tell your friends about the podcast and spread the word to some new people who might not know us and get them into it because we'd like some new listeners. And obviously subscribe. Those are the two most important things. Tell your friends and subscribe. That's about all for now. I hope you guys enjoy this ridiculous Christmas episode and happy holidays. Careful, don't die.
Sarah's first on-air death. It's a milestone.
Yeah.
That you know of.
The downloads will go through the roof.
Ooh.
I still think if you ask other comics, who do you think's going to die on a podcast? They'd still have me in the betting pool. Oh yeah, it's definitely Andrew.
Okay, we're good to go. I think.
Okay,
we are rolling.
Well, you
want to
let
intro?
us know.
What? That's how I always open it. I say we are rolling.
Oh, I thought you were going to do like, hey, welcome to. You're going to make us sit through a 10-minute intro where we like listen to you.
Hello, Internet. Isn't that
No,
your...
that's my intros, not my podcast.
Really?
That's not how you do your podcast?
And
Where
it
you
totally
just make
wasn't first done by Daniel O'Brien? Yeah, Dan O'Brien.
What? Oh, he said hello, Internet?
That's what he used to
hey,
say
Internet?
for obsessive pop culture disorder. He would go like, hello, Internet.
We start all our podcasts with the N-word. We're just like, well, it's true. Out there.
It's Travis's favorite word.
Yeah. And it comes from me, too, which is weird.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
I know.
I know Travis is going to say it, so I may as well fucking get it out there.
DJ Whitebread dropping bombs.
Yeah.
DJ, on my podcast,
Two
every
bread,
time.
not white bread.
DJ
Two bread.
Two Bread.
Two bread is my rap name. Yeah.
Well, you don't intro anything.
No, I just say like, welcome back to the Intoxicated Reviews podcast.
Mine is the consistent. And we're back. Like,
Yeah.
Someone's been waiting, like, patiently. Like, oh, fuck, it's been a week. I got to listen to these two losers talk. Yeah.
We are back on the Intoxicated Podcast. How about that, fuckers?
Nice.
You like?
Yeah.
Like that?
Now there's an
right.
intro. There you go.
We
Now people
weren't
know
back
what they're
already. I
listening
thought
to.
we were back already.
Yeah,
Not
like,
really original. But
in
that's
case you didn't know what you clicked on the Intoxicated Podcast.
fine. Wait, is this like
We're
sort of
back.
thing where they just like
And we're better than ever. We're back.
is that like YouTube? Like people are just
Clicking.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like scrolling through the. Oh, podcast should have a little trending page. Oh, well. No, that would just make me sad because I wouldn't be on it.
One day.
Yeah, who knows?
maybe.
What wouldn't you be on?
I mean, I don't know.
No, I didn't hear. I was
That's
wasn't
like
paying
a
attention.
trending, trending podcast.
Oh, none of us are ever going to be on the top podcast. Like, don't hold that. That's fucking.
But
I hit top of the charts
I
one
don't
time.
know, man. I think if
you did.
if Sarah's used panty palace really, takes off,
We'll talk about
you
this.
could have some.
We are going to... Oh,
Should we intro who we are?
Yes. Okay, let's go around the room. So we have...
Get control, Sarah.
I'm
Jesus.
taking control of the room.
right.
I have obviously Corey,
Yes.
who is a regular guest and the host of Intoxicated Reviews.
Yes. Yeah.
Podcasting
That's
partner.
me.
That's Corey. And returning guest Andrew Vaughan.
Yeah. Smoke weed every day. I just happen to be smoking
It's
weed.
weird
while I
that
did
you've
that.
only been on
You
once.
stole my line.
Oh, you were going to go with that? That was going to be your intro? And you stole it from Snoop Dogg, so go fuck yourself.
And a new guest, Richard.
Hello.
Richard.
Big Dick Allen.
Oh my God.
It's got a huge old hog over there, ladies. You're
old
single
span
in
club.
Halifax, and you need it stuffed to you. Get a hold of me, AV Comedy 2049 on Instagram, and I'll hook you up with Big Dick Richard.
Oh
He has his
my.
own socials, but I like to take care of all these things one-on-one, you know what I mean?
Like you're his pimp or something.
Yeah.
Contact me.
The word is manager.
Yeah.
That's the second person you can be a pimp for.
I'm already Sarah's pimp. We agreed to that this week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm not good at it, apparently, according to her. It's the first time a hoe's ever talked back to the pimp and been like, you don't know what you're doing.
I mean, you can't slap anybody with those arthritic hands.
No, I can't do it.
So this is the Christmas episode for Intoxicated, but it's going to be the anti-Christmas episode.
Yeah.
Because we all hate it, right?
Well, I do. I don't know if Richard does.
I've never been a fan.
Okay.
I like the Christmas season. And everybody's kind of in a little bit better mood for the most part. Everybody gets a little less wound up. You're getting closer to the holidays. People getting some time off work, getting around family and stuff like that. But Christmas itself, like buying presents and the commercialism of it, and
Fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's so
hate that
stupid.
shit.
Yeah.
I saw this girl on my Twitter today. I'm like, I don't really know who she is. She's like, she's been following me for years. I've been following her for years. Just as common, courtesy. Like, she followed me, so I followed her back. But she posted this vlog today where she was like, went you're shopping, and I barely got to spend any money on myself. And I'm like, well, what? Like no, you're not supposed to go spend money on yourself. Like, don't get me wrong.
That's not the point.
When I'm flush, I'll buy gifts for myself, but that's after I bought gifts for everybody fucking else. It's not like,
Yeah, that's not what it's about. You don't.
Was your fleshlight a Christmas present to yourself?
no, that was just a Thursday in August.
Nice.
You know what I mean? It's like it was hot, but I was like, we can make it hotter in here.
I didn't realize that fleshlights were so complicated to clean.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
they
talking
would
about
have
before
to
you
be,
come.
right?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you see,
Yeah,
we
you
know.
gotta
We
clean
men
them.
assume,
And
women
it's
are
not
like-
that it's complicated. It's just time consuming.
Yeah.
And
You guys have to.
spent.
You have a mess every time you have an
That's it,
orgasm.
like-
Yeah, exactly.
Who wants to have fun with a fleshlight and then not have to relax in the euphoria of your orgasm? You're like, no, this shit's gonna harden. I got to get it out right now.
Gonna start leaking everywhere.
It's also harder for guys that have usual cleanup routines. Like me, I treat when I'm jerking off you know those glass bottles that ketchup come in, and you gotta turn them upside down and smack them to get the goo out.
Oh, that sound.
That's what I do. And when the cum hits the belly, I just go to sleep. That's what I do. Fuck it. I'm
See, I'm just
I wa-
picturing you
my mom
hammering
washes
on your
my
balls
sheets every
from
year.
underneath, and it's kind of weird. Wow.
But so let's go around the room and talk. Yeah, why do we hate it? What about this time of year?
How
why
long
we
do you
hate it?
have? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just
Corey's really anti-Christmas.
I am.
You
So
are-
much so that I've made my life as so non-Christmassy that I don't think I can go any further because I literally married a Jehovah's Witness. So,
shit.
Yeah.
Is that on purpose? Man, I like you, but I like the fact that you don't celebrate shit. Let's get it done, baby.
Did she show up on your doorstep? How did this happen?
You ever show up at your house with champagne bottles and go, celebration? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. We don't do that.
No, well, unfortunately, we worked together and hated each other. But it would be a lot funnier if she knocked on my door. I'm like, hey, what's up, girl?
What you mean you hated each other?
What?
What you mean you hated each other?
We didn't like each other. We butted heads when we worked together. And then we got drunk at a staff party and
Okay.
Say love to
It's
you.
exactly what happened to the last job I had, but fortunately, the only person I worked with was my mom, so it was awkward. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hello, recycled first jokes from first year of comedy.
Yeah. So you don't do anything
No.
because you can't.
Well, I can't. Like, I don't
What's
know.
the deal with this?
We just don't celebrate Christmas, so our house is just nothing there. But I mean, I used to go home to like where I grew up in Liverpool, and all my friends would come home, and it'd be like a week-long party. But for the most part, that's probably the one thing I love about Christmas is like you get together, you get drunk, people are off work, but that's probably about it. Everything else I fucking pretty much despise. Like, we are drinking for this podcast. Let's
talk about what we're all drinking. Yeah, because we're all drinking something different.
I just want to bring up, this goes with my rant, what I am drinking. I am drinking dark rum and eggnog because I love dark rum. Spice rum and eggnog. But I love eggnog. But eggnog I only love because they only give it to me in sample sizes. It's a limited run in the fucking wintertime.
Yeah.
If you had eggnog year long, people would fucking hate that shit. It would not be made anymore. It'd go the way of like fucking beef.
People hate it after a week of Christmas. They can't handle another 42 years. It's like 42 weeks. Oh, fuck. 52.
I don't like it at all because I look at that and I just think that's a lot of diarrhea on my end.
It is, but it tastes so good going down. Like eggnog, it's worth it. It's
See, what you need is you need to be like me and Richard, where we have a shitty diet. Everything's diarrhea anyway, so we may as well just enjoy what we like. And
I mean, certain things are worth the diarrhea.
Yeah,
for sure.
like anal sex. I don't know, I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know if that's true.
Swing and a miss.
I didn't mean to like fucking like bring that to a screeching halt. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
And I'm going back to not paying attention.
That doesn't happen every time, apparently. But anyway.
Yeah, that's what they say.
I didn't know that even was a side effect of anal sex.
I mean, poop. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't flush it out down there, it's like fucking.
You can't put a dick in a butt and expect not to see some poop at some point.
Well, you can expect to if
it costs you a lot of money in enema kits.
Yeah.
So much.
Can you ask Santa for an enema kit, I guess?
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit. That's actually a good idea.
Santa.
Adult Christmas lists. What we would actually ask for.
You spilled some of that on yourself, Andrew. For those who can't see, Andrew's currently dropping drugs underneath his tongue out of a dropper.
Oh, I am. So what?
And onto his shirt.
I'm a degenerate. I don't care.
How many did you take? Like 6?
4.
That was... It looked like you just squirted that thing in your mouth.
I want to get fucked up.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
So I said what I was drinking, I guess.
Yeah. I'm doing vodka soda water with lemon.
I like how you just have a random discarded glass of wine just on a table behind you. You're just like, I got tired of that.
That's what I was drinking before you got here.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to drink a couple different things tonight.
Yeah, okay.
I might actually get into the whiskey later too.
Which is good. That's some good shit.
That's
what you're
Johnny
drinking?
Walker Black Label. That's what
Yeah.
I'm drinking. I came with some of my own and then finished it, and Sarah had the same stuff, so she gave me some of hers.
I bought it the day that I found out I might not have a job. So
Oh, hell. May all. What's that? Yuletide? Anyway, fucking. I don't know. I'm already fucked up.
But I went in and I was like, I just want a whiskey, like a good starter whiskey, and that's what they suggested.
It's
I'm drinking. I've been watching a lot of Bar Rescue lately, so I'm drinking. This is John Taffer Special. It's a half
the red label.
half a shot of vodka, half a shot of Hennessy, some Ciroc, some fucking Di Serono. It's a half shot of Di Serono, half shot of Ciroc. Anyway, it's called the "You're All Fired, Go Fuck Yourself, Merry Christmas" drink. I don't know what I'm going. Look, sometimes in comedy you riff and it goes places.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't go anywhere. I'm drinking Budweiser.
I would have called it the Shut It Down because
That joke should have been shut down like when I started. It was awful. Yeah.
You love Budweiser.
I'm drinking Budweiser. Oh, I just like basic ass beer.
Yeah.
I wanted to buy a Heineken mini keg because I fucking love Heineken. But like I told you, I knew you would have no room in your fridge for a mini keg. So I went with cans
There's
so I could
too
rotate.
many condiments in there.
Yeah.
I do have and I don't
swear
use
that
any
same
of it.
pizza box is in there that it was there the last time I was here.
Our fridge is really nothing that you should be comparing this
Shut
with.
the fuck up. You're looking good right now.
Yeah.
Richard's my roommate, by the way. If we keep throwing this back on the podcast, that'll be weird. Our fridge is going to make it sound like we're a gay couple.
My fridge is near empty because I'm doing all veggies next for like a couple weeks. Nothing but veggies.
What is with you in these?
Are you going through
little
a cleanse or?
I No, but yes, I guess. I don't know. It
Well,
probably
after
will
last
cleanse me
weekend,
out.
I think you need one.
Oh, fuck, after last weekend. That hangover was epic.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Corey drank a lot of alcohol.
I did.
For his birthday.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to that. You know, you can find out how much Corey drank if you subscribe to the Intoxicated Patreon. Patreon.com/Intoxicated Podcast. Look, I can't believe I'm the one fucking doing plugs for you guys here. And I just fucking dropped drugs under my tongue.
I've been doing this podcast for like a year and a half now, and I still can't remember any of them. Like,
I actually am not entirely sure if it's patreon.com/intoxicated, but I hope it is.
Oh my God. Totally is.
Nailed it.
And I've been pumping out a shit ton because I posted a $5 one.
I saw
and then
that,
I posted the $10 one. Tomorrow I'm going to post the audio diary, which is a $3 one.
I may do a drinking alone on. I watched Into the Spider-Verse, so I may.
Oh fuck! Is it good? I want to see it, man. I want to see that shit.
Really,
Yeah.
really good.
What
Is
is
that a cartoon?
It's the new Spider-Man cartoon,
okay.
but it's in theaters. It's in theaters.
Yeah.
T.J. Miller, I think, is voicing Spider-Man.
No, it's.
Are you sure? It sounds like him.
It's Jake Johnson.
Oh, okay, it definitely sounds like. Oh,
Is
fuck.
TJ Miller even still getting work?
I don't know.
Oh
Nick
yeah, man.
from
T.J.
New
Miller. Nobody gives a fuck, man. That guy can. That guy's ruthless.
I
Nobody
think people
nobody
always
cares.
knew he was like a little off his rocker. Like, oh, this is par for the course, I guess.
Or were you meaning more on the Me Too thing or the bomb threat?
I was thinking
Take your pick. I mean, really.
Do you know he called in a bomb threat to an airport as a joke? That's why I kind of love him.
He's kind of a douchebag.
It's kind of hard to get work when you're in prison.
But he's a funny comic.
He is funny, though. Yeah, he is.
All comics are kind of dickbags, really.
Yeah.
No, you were right. Though I really thought, not that I didn't believe you. It's
No,
just
no.
it does. It does sound oddly similar to him. Yeah,
It does. There's another Spider-Man. Chris Pine plays Spider-Man in it too.
Oh, okay.
I think it's pretty. It's always fun in those movies when you sit there like, who's that? And you try to figure out who the fuck is talking. But
Basically, for anyone who wants to know, it's a movie about Spider-Man, but over the years, there's been multiple Spider-Men throughout multiverses in Marvel. So you have like you have Spider-Man is the main one. Miles Morales, which is the focus of this film, is a half Hispanic, half black Spider-Man in an alternate universe. Then you have Spider-Ham, which has existed as like
Peter Porker.
Peter Porker. It's just a fictional character. He's existed for years. Gwen Stacy exists in an alternate universe as Spider-Gwen. And then you have Spider-Man Noir, which is from the video games where he was. This is all so boring to anybody who doesn't give a fuck about comic books, right? I just wanted to prove that even though I still don't read them, boom, got that knowledge down pat, son. I got my nerd game is tight.
The Spider-Man Noir is voiced by Nick Cage in the movie too, so that's worth
shit.
the price of the admission.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
that guy loves. Do you ever see the comic book? Sorry, I don't mean to derail your podcast.
I'm just looking at my notifications. It's all good.
Did you ever see the documentary about Comic-Con? That I think
no.
I think it was produced by. It was a couple years ago. It actually made theater because I went to see it in Park Lane. It was produced by Morgan Spurlock.
I saw the preview for it.
And they interview this guy who talks about when Nick, he's this like huge comic book collector, and he has these expensive comics that like people want to buy, but he's not. He's like, I don't know if I want to get rid of them because like these only come around once in a lifetime, right? And he was talking about when Nick Cage got divorced, and Nick Cage had to sell like all his classic Superman comics that he loved, like to pay for his divorce, and he was like, what a shame. There's a million women in the world, but there's only a few issues of Superman #1.
Yeah, I hear Nick Cage is notoriously terrible with his fucking cash. Like he has a dinosaur.
We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, just yesterday. We were talking about Nick Cage has sort of gone into nothing but direct-to-video shit releases as fast as possible because he needs to give a lot of money to the IRS.
That's hilarious. I saw they do this. I think it's Vanity Fair or something. Does this thing where they sit down with actors and they talk about their famous roles or whatever. And to hear Nicolas Cage talk like he has a process is fucking crazy to me because I'm like, your process is you get coked up and you go out there and shit.
If you ever want a really funny Nick Cage, like just full of himself bullshit thing, if you go on YouTube and you type in Opie and Anthony Nick Cage,
nice.
He's on Opie and Anthony once and he's been interviewed about it. He talks about how he went to he was in New York for like the week and he went to some off Broadway show and he just cried for 10 hours straight and they're all just like. He's trying to make it sound like it's this big artistic endeavor too. Like that's how I really connect with things, and how and they're all just like, you just sat in a fucking theater by yourself during the middle of the day and cried. I mean, who hasn't been there, right? Like Creed 2 was great. Like we all know.
Did you cry during Creed 2?
I cried 2 or 3 times during Creed 2.
Yeah, I got.
Well, I had to wipe the tears away. It
Yeah.
wasn't like full fucking.
Not
like, you know.
bawling, but it's got some well up moments. I welled up a few times during Into the Spider-Verse too. Actually,
Yeah.
That was fucking pretty sad.
Anytime there's a heartwarming movie, I probably cried a bit during the last Avengers movie, and that's a fucking.
I still
superhero
haven't
movie.
seen that.
It's all right.
I know what
It's all
happens
right.
at the end.
Yeah.
So.
I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah,
Speaking
I cry.
of-
I love
go.
crying during movies. I think that's one of the
Yeah.
points, isn't it? Like not all movies should make you cry, but it
feels good.
It's just
it feels good.
Yeah.
You have to get those emotions out somehow, right? Like, so you go see a movie, it makes you fucking feel about those things. You get those emotions out.
Yeah.
Then you go home and you fucking bottle those emotions up and you drown them with alcohol and you punch your significant other when they. No, wait. I mean,
Christ. Not even 20 minutes in.
I was trying to go for a joke there, and it really.
Wait, you have a significant other?
Yeah, Richard.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh my gosh. But you guys don't do anything in your apartment for Christmas either.
Well,
Or
the last
yet.
few years we put up the tree and a couple
Yet.
of decorations, but this year
okay,
we've done
but usually the reason. Okay,
absolutely
here's the
nothing.
thing. Not to interrupt, and I know I'm drunk and probably fucking being an asshole, but I'm usually on tour around this time of the year, and I come back like roughly around like this time of the year. Like I usually leave in November, and I'm home middle of December, like very close to Christmas. That's how it's been the last 2 or 3 years. Yeah. So he's just taken it upon himself to put the tree up and put the decorations up. This year I'm not leaving till January, and I just fuck it. I'm not doing that shit because it's depressing. I'm not into it. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciated coming home and seeing it. I was like, oh, that's nice. Yeah. But I'm not gonna do it myself. Like
My last roommate before I got married owns a house up in I won't say where it is, and it's actually Silent Air, which some people know.
Silent Air.
Yeah. One night I came home from work and I could see we lived across the street from a national park, fucking Lewis Lake National Park or whatever. I saw like you could see a fucking snow trail across the road and just like a fucking skid mark up our front steps into the living room. I walk in, my roommate's like hammered with a fucking Christmas tree up that he cut down across the street. That's the homeliest fucking Christmas tree. I was like, it's a perfect fucking crime. You just let the fucking trail from the national park. Like,
Oh my gosh.
well, yeah, it's supposed to snow. I was like, you better fucking home so soon. Like, Jesus Christ.
But here's my question to you, because we're all in this sort of boat, this for everybody, where we're not really that into Christmas. How are your parents, even at your age, into Christmas? Because I find my dad has never been more into Christmas
Oh, really?
than I remember growing up. My mom's kind of like this. My mom's lesser, but not like my level. But my dad lives in an apartment by himself. He has train tracks that he puts around. He has all this shit. He did all that shit before Remembrance Day, and I was like, dude, you're not supposed to do it before. He's like, I know, I just got bored and I love Christmas.
I like trains.
Yeah, but your dad's probably at the point where he just doesn't give a fuck. He loves
well,
Christmas, and he doesn't need to put up any sort of wall about that.
No, I just mean like he never had that growing up. I don't know where this like all of a sudden. So I'm wondering what your guys' parents are.
They
like.
care less and less as time goes on.
Yeah, which I assume all of ours does.
Yeah.
But my dad seems to care more and more as time goes by.
Yeah, once I moved out, like, I think my mom was like, well, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
and she cared more about, because as a kid, I'd be excited, like, and she always do it for me. And now I moved out, and the moment I moved out, she was like, oh, I guess she took more enjoyment with me around. So yeah.
This is a joke I used to do on stage, so I don't mind telling it on a podcast. But this is legitimately 1 year for Christmas. This is exactly how it went. My mom bought me a memory foam for my bed, which I still use to this day. And it's like 4 inches thick, because I was telling her that I slept on a friend's bed who had 8 inches of memory foam. And I was like, it was the most amazing sleep I've ever had in my entire life, right?
Yeah.
So my mom was like, well, we'll get him 4 inches, then he can get more if he wants it, right? And so she insisted on Christmas Eve that I open this box. And it was heavy as fuck. I was living with her at the time. I'd just come home from university. And she's so excited. Like, she's got this like happy look on her face. And I open this box, and it's a memory foam, which I'm fucking happy to get. Yeah. But I'm not like over the moon, like, oh my God, it's a fucking memory foam. Like I'm just like, oh sweet, it's a memory foam. And my mom goes, well, I got it for you because you like to sleep a lot. And at that point, my brain just went, Mom, that's called depression. It's not. It's not like I just don't want to be awake. Like,
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Can all you guys think of your worst Christmas gift you think you got?
Chlamydia Christmas and breakup Christmas. It's a
Your
tie.
parents gave you that?
Oh, gift. Oh, I think you meant Christmas overall.
No.
A sewing machine.
I guess that's. I don't know. I don't think that's.
I could not hide my disappointment.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was one of those
But
things where
who gave it to you?
My mom, like my parents.
But have you sewn before and done stuff
No,
before? This was just like they thought you were a woman in your own. You should have a fucking sewing machine. Which, if that's the case, I'm on board. They were right. I mean, you should fucking. I brought 3 pairs of pants over to him tonight. And you're not even ready to do any of them. That's fucked up.
I don't want to sew. She saw that I made the Wonder Woman costume, and she thought I might want it. And I was like, that's all glue gun, bitch.
But there's some thought there. That's some really good thought.
I had no room for it. I was never going to use it.
No, I totally get your thing because we forget as adults, like, they're not supposed to nail gifts for us.
Yeah.
They're supposed to there's supposed to be that glimmer of thought there. You know what I mean? And then if the gift sucks, at least that glimmer of thought was there. You know?
Yeah, I appreciate
It's the thought that counts.
Well, we're getting to that when we get to my worst gift.
Yeah, well.
Do you have a worst gift?
Yeah, it was a lawnmower repair kit or a lawnmower maintenance kit.
What that you just gave me? What you gave me to give to my mom? Because
Yeah. So I re-gifted it to Andrew because I've never owned a lawnmower in my life.
Your mom if she wants it because she has a lawnmower.
Yeah.
But your mom thought...
My mother thought that it was something for a car. She didn't see that it was for a lawnmower.
Because it said spark plug.
Yeah, there's like a spark plug, this like fluid and something else. It's to tune up a lawnmower, and she didn't see that. And so it was one of my only gifts that year from her.
That's even worse.
And it was a lawnmower repair kit. And
wow.
How did you react?
She was very disappointed.
Yeah.
In your reaction?
Well, just in that she had got something that was completely useless. She was kind of upset that she didn't even realize.
Were you honest about it? Were you just like,
a little bit? At first, I was like, "Oh, this is really cool," and then I kept looking at it, and I was like, "I don't own a lawnmower." And she had this really confused look on her face, like, "What are you talking about?" And I turned it around. I was like, "Lawnmower maintenance kit."
Oh my god!
Well, it's the thought that counts.
Yeah.
To her credit, she thought she was getting me something nice for a car. I had just gotten my first car. And no, completely and utterly useless gift. Yeah. She got me a beer pong kit that year.
That's pretty bitchin'.
Haven't used it once. So.
It's a good gift if you intend on actually, have you ever played beer pong your entire life?
No. This is the first drink that I've had in 2 months.
You don't even drink beer. You really don't. You're a hard liquor guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. What's your worst one, Corey?
Well, first I just like to throw out there, I went to the World Beer Pong Championships in Las Vegas.
Oh my god!
Well, I've got something you might like.
So you need to re-get
just to watch. He was not a competitor. He just really had a love for the game.
And I qualified by paying the entrance fee, and then I drank for like a week. But
oh my god!
My worst gift. I think I may have told this on the last Christmas rant I went on this podcast, but I'll tell again. So back when CDs were cool and expensive. My sister had got me a gift, and I knew it was a CD because I could, it's a CD, you feel it, it's CD. I was like, oh, I wonder what she got me. I was like, is this like Choice B.I.G.? Is this like Tupac? Like, I wonder what she got me. I had and it's like everything racing in my head. I'm like, fuck. Anyway, Christmas Day comes, I open it up. It's this thing called CDs, and it's like C as SEEDEE. CDs, and it was this CD that you took out, and it was like a top.
You saw these nuts in your mouth.
It was like a top that you spun, and all it did was made you feel sick to your stomach if you looked at it.
Did you have the original fidget spinner?
Pretty much. And she's like, it enhances your mind, and I was like, yeah, great, thanks.
Like those things that what were they called? Those Magic Eyes?
Magic Eyes.
Magic Eyes. I loved those.
Yeah.
Those were fucking awesome.
I would have taken a Magic Eye fucking picture book or something over CDs. Like, come on.
CDs.
And that was Christmas. On my birthday one year, she got me a 2-liter thing of cream soda for my gift. She's a fucking idiot sometimes.
Yeah. One of my exes got me a 24-pack of cans of pop once for Christmas.
Ooh, that is brutal.
That was one of the last Christmas gifts that Carol and I exchanged.
That was one of the brutal. Yeah, that was
way back in the day, right before we broke up.
Oh my god.
So I have a 2-part thing, and I'm winded obviously because I'm fucked up. But I would just like to say, probably, if I'm being legitimately without any explanation, the worst gift I've ever received is a gym membership. And because my mom's bought me a gym membership before, and then it's just a waste of money. So there's no real fun story there. That's just me. Right. It was just more of a waste of her money. That's what I. Yeah. But I will say, Originally, I would have answered it with this, and I'm not going to because I've matured as a person. There was a couple Christmas, and I'm glad you're on here for this because I was thinking earlier this story would only be good if Richard's here to actually chime in. So a couple years ago, my mom gave Richard money to buy me Christmas gifts because she was in
For
bad
her.
health and she was
gave me
tired.
money to buy Christmas gifts on her behalf.
On her
Just-
behalf.
Oh, wow.
So buy what he likes because you live with him, you know what he likes, buy what he likes, and then I'll just say it's from me.
Yeah.
And I may have at the time,
Oh, God. Where's this going?
okay, I definitely did overreact to the point where on Christmas night, Christmas Eve, when I opened all the gifts,
Wait, did you not like your gifts?
I went publicly on Facebook and said they were the worst batch of Christmas gifts I've ever received. I called my mom in the morning and openly laughed and said, why did you give him any money? He literally bought me the stupidest shit that you could ever think of. None of it I like.
Oh.
But I will say this.
One of them was a fucking Star Wars cup, so like, go fuck yourself. Bud.
Okay, okay. I'm about to apologize to you, so you may not want to be fuck yourself before I apologize. Then I might pull back the apology. Yeah, there was a nice Star Wars glass, which 3 times to the dishwasher removed the entire decals from the Star Wars glass. So it was great.
Don't dishwash on it.
Well, you think we're going to wash dishes by hand in our house? Fuck you.
Dishwasher?
Yeah, we do.
We do.
I need to move into your building.
Anyway, my point being this. He actually got me these sweet G.I. Joe playing cards. This like fuck that were custom made. These fucking Star Wars ornaments, which were really cool. He got me a handful of shit that was actually really cool. But the worst gift amongst them. And I apologize for being such a bitch about everything else except for this one gift I will never, ever apologize for. He bought a VR headset for your phone from like Winners or something. It's like these goggles.
Oh, it was from Winners.
It's these goggles you put on your head and you put your phone in it, and it's supposed to turn a video into 3D for your eyes. And it sucked, and it never worked, and it was shit. And you know what his reason was for buying it for me? Well, you like porn, so I thought you would want to watch porn in 3D. Now, but
True story.
logistically, to jerk off to this thing, you would have to go on to X videos or Pornhub or whatever, find the 3D section, find the video you want, load them in the headset, clank the headset shut, and then jerk. No one just jerks off to one movie. You have to be able to move around, and that was the design flaw. No searchability. Anyway, I apologize for being a dick. Your heart was in the right place. I was a prick.
It's all right because I got to take the VR headset after he didn't want it.
And you're cool with just
And,
one
Can
porn
you
video.
And I'm cool with just one porn video.
Can you confirm if it was a good experience
he
or
would
bad?
brag to me every
fantastic.
time. He'd be like, I love this shit.
It was great, man. That shit's like next level. That's some next level porn watching.
Wow.
It really is.
I
Put
felt like they were
earbuds in
right
with that
there.
shit, and like it is just fucking
Make sure the door's locked.
full. Well, yes, because you can't actually see anything in the real world, and you could have some shitty roommate
The
standing in
worst
your
part is
doorway
he gave
watching
me-
you.
You're saying door locked, but he gave me this headset at a time where I never could shut my door every night.
Oh, dear.
We had a cat, and she would get too upset. Well, I had a cat, and Richard had a cat because I had a cat. She could get too upset if my door was shut, so it'd always be open a crack. Like, I mean, it didn't stop me from jerking off. I still do it all the time. I mean, once a week. It's all the time. It's like 52 times a year. Anyway.
What's with all this talk about number of times?
All I'm saying
jerking off
is
tonight?
I was a dick that year. I shouldn't have been a dick, and I apologize to your face right now.
Apology accepted.
Christmas miracle.
I have to do that really
He
hard.
hates
'cause
the
it's in the
fact that
middle
you
of the room.
that you inspired me to buy a bell for our podcast. By the way.
Yep.
Because even when we're not doing the podcast, he's just sitting in his room, and all he hears is me ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding, ding.
Yeah,
'Cause I
that's
have
pretty much
fishy
it.
fingers, and I always like to touch shit.
And you're
so I'm
expecting
like,
to get a cookie out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
But you brought up Winners. One of the funniest things, I used to work at Winners.
Are you gonna tell the winner story?
I'm telling. I wasn't gonna tell the shit story.
You should.
Winners generally does have some awesome gifts. for
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
You should tell this shit story.
Okay, but I was just gonna say before that, a more Christmas themed story was there was this old lady, or these two old ladies come in all the time at Winners, and one time they're so fucking stupid, but you know, well they are, but I meant this other thing. But these, I buried the lead a little bit. You know, tree skirts, like
Yeah.
fucking-
Like that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So we would sell them in the home section, obviously, of Winners. And these two women came in all the fucking time in Winners. And then one Christmas, I was walking by, and they were in the home section trying on tree skirts. Like, they thought they were fucking, like, capes. Like, they're just like, why don't these have any sizes on them? And I was like, just staring at them, like, why do they have them way over here? They should be over, like, they're trying. I'm like, oh my god,
fuck?
it sounds fucking like
literally trying to put on like cheap fabric that's meant for your floor around your actual living Christmas tree.
Yeah, they were trying
it's
them
fucking-
on like they're fucking Christmas capes.
That is next level.
That's fucking
I
okay.
will say this though, fucking Winners.
It's awesome.
If you don't like Richard will disagree about this because he's works in the audio field, but if you just want some cheap ass headphones, best place to go in the world is Winners.
Do I get these?
Yeah,
'Cause
they
have,
actually
like-
got some pretty decent stuff in
and they're
the
all
time.
discounted.
Yeah,
they're like,
And makeup.
They're like a year. They're like a year or two behind what the current fucking thing is. But they're like, I had a friend who bought Bluetooth earphones. Why am I doing a commercial for fucking Winners? I don't know what I'm.
But I know what
The
you mean.
podcast was great till Andrew really went on about how much stuff he saved at Winners. Yeah.
It's just the season. It's just like we have so much product placement and fucking products.
Yeah,
We're
and that's
talking
why
shit.
I fucking hate it so much. You're just like kind of, and like, there's all these sales that are like tempting you to like spend
Before you
money.
super crazy into it, do you want me to tell this
Yes,
story?
tell the shit story.
Just because it was
No, because we're
hinted at.
shitting on Christmas.
Yes.
So shit
We
is.
can go on tangents, whatever.
And Corey may or may not have brought a piece of shit for.
Nobody knows yet. I did get it at HomeSense, which is fucking grown-up Winners. But anyway, it's owned by the same company. It's all TV.
Sometimes they're in the same building.
Yeah, sometimes they're the same store, just split down the middle. So anyway, I got my job at Winners. Like, let's fucking.
If I put it in there.
Yeah, go
I was trying to be the good employee. I get called to the office one day, and they're like, I was like, what the fuck calling the office? They're like, it's like 3 managers sitting around, knowing in hindsight that if I say no, they have to do this. But anyway, so they were like, hey, Corey, can you do us a favor? And I was like, yeah, sure. I'm here to fucking work my way up the corporate ladder like a fucking idiot I was. And
I had those jobs before where I thought, as long as you keep your head down and your chin up, you'll get ahead, son. One day you'll own this blockbuster.
And so they were like, somebody got sick in one of the women's fitting rooms. Do you mind cleaning up? And I was like, no. I was like, I don't mind. I was like, I didn't. I'm like, sick. In my mind, I'm like, okay, somebody puked. Like, whatever. I threw parties all the time in high school. I've cleaned up multiple puke. Fuck it. So I go get my like rubber gloves and the mopping bucket, a bunch of paper towel, a garbage bag. And I'm going. So they have the whole fucking side cleared out. The whole women's side cleared out. It fucking stinks. And I'm like, what the shit? And so I go into the
Literally.
store. Yeah. And it's one of the ones that if you go around the corner, it's where the fitting room is, it's the first one you see. Like, it's a long stretch, and that will play into the story. So it's a bunch of paper towel on top. So I take the paper towel off, put it in the garbage bag, and there is like a fucking pile of shit. It looks like somebody brought in a sick fucking bull and let it shit on the floor. Like, that's what it was. Had like that weird diarrhea when it smells like medicine almost. Like,
it just created a visceral image in all of our minds. Oh, it was so wrong, but so right.
Yeah.
Dead on, really.
So I'm like, well, fuck, I'm here. I'll just take care of it. And I'm taking handfuls with a paper towel and gloves on and throwing in this garbage bag. I get about halfway down in this pile of shit, and there's a pair of Winners panties in there. So she was trying on panties with diarrhea, apparently.
God damn.
And I just was like, oh, well, garbage, like whatever, those going through. And I'm just like fucking like it's in my nose, my mouth, just the smell is just fucking radiating through me. And I get to the very fucking bottom of this pile of shit. I kid you not. The very bottom was a super bloody maxi pad just at the bottom of this thing. So this girl on her period
shits.
and it was
They're the
more
worst.
than period shits. She was trying on panties at fucking Winners. And all I remember after I cleaned up that whole thing, mopped the floor, the whole time Safety Dance was playing in the background. And I can never hear that song ever again without, like, smelling that fitting room. It's, like, real fucking traumatic for me. But that's my winter shit.
Oh my god!
People like it's insane how many people think work at Winners. It's so insane how many people think there's a bathroom in the fitting room. So many people piss in fitting rooms. It's fucking insane.
That's insane.
Yeah. Anyway,
oh my god!
I had to go to Bears Lake today during peak shopping season. That's fucking.
We live right up by there, and like sometimes I forget because like I don't go shopping on the weekends like everybody else does because I'm poor, and but like I might have $10 and be like, I want a Whopper, like, and then I'll get in the traffic and I'm like, I just want a Whopper, motherfucker, like what the fuck? Like,
yeah, that's another thing about Christmas. It's just you
God.
can't go.
Not
anywhere.
enough Whoppers. I get.
Fuck this Christmas turkey ham shit.
I'm so
That's
sad
what I bring to
because
family dinner. I just bring my own Whopper. I'll reheat this in 2 hours. It's all good.
I got a Jack's chicken burrito from Burrito Jack's.
Oh no!
After I realized that they had a festive burrito.
Ooh.
I saw the sign as I was walking out, which was like with turkey and gravy and cranberry sauce.
Oh god, that sounds really good.
I know. I was so pissed. But shopping experiences, I fucked up real bad today at Superstore. I had
you told me, you were texting me saying that nothing is going right.
So first of all, I went to the Superstore in Yonge Street, which I'm not familiar with that Superstore at all.
Where's Yonge Street?
It's the one by Burger King.
Yucks.
Yes.
Oh, that one. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I know that. It's Burger King.
But it's a tiny store. I didn't know where anything was. I was like in a haze, like trying to figure out where everything was. Because going into a grocery store that you're not familiar with is stressful.
Yeah.
Right?
They should
Am
go
I
to
right?
Sobeys, because Sobeys makes all of them same. Sobeys. Been in your local community since 1937. We started in Stellarton with small root, and I get paid every time I do a commercial for them.
The Sobeys Christmas ad after this.
Well, you were, not to interrupt your story, but you know that classic Sobeys commercial. Richard's got a really good story. Not to interrupt you, but tell him you worked on the new video of that, didn't you?
Yeah, they remade the Sobeys Star of Christmas commercial a couple of years ago. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not.
Is it on YouTube? Can I link it?
Probably. Yeah, probably. Anyway, I worked on it.
Ooh. Was it fun?
Sound on? Not really. We were.
I like how I really hyped that.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
I was really confused that you pumped that up so much because there's not much
of
a,
on the commercial.
Much of a story there. But
Sarah,
worked on the new
Superstore.
commercial.
Yeah.
I had a friend in that commercial.
Tune in next week to Andrew Drives Podcast Into the Ground, episode 2.
And unsolicited advertisements all through them.
Utter madness in there. Like, it was so busy. Like, the lines were so long, they were blocking everything. There was no space for anyone to stand. Everyone was in a line, but you didn't know where the lines were.
Is Yonge Street one of the ones that sell stuff other than food? I don't really remember. Like, do they have a Joe Fresh section in Yonge Street?
Tiny.
No,
tiny.
they don't have much of one.
They have Joe Fresh
it's
makeup.
Very tiny.
But, like,
Right.
it's a small superstore. Yeah, there is.
It's one by Steak and Stuff.
Yeah, I'm not in there.
Yeah, no, they're mostly a grocery store.
Yeah,
but I agree with you because like when you walk in, like I was in there the other day with Martin, and I'm a Sobeys guy, but when you walk in, they have their sandwiches and their like deli thing there. But like we're like right at the door, like you walk in and it's literally
it's right there. Yeah.
Where most places like you walk around a little bit and then you go, oh well, they have the rotisserie chicken here, they have this, and you expect it all in one go. Martin was like, "Where's their pre-made food?" I'm like, as soon as we walk in, it's very different than.
Okay, I can't actually say what I was looking for because it's part of one of the gifts.
Tampons.
But I just couldn't find anything. But I finally got to the self-serve. Okay, and I fuck up every time I do a Superstore self-serve. I am used to Walmart. I could do a Walmart self-serve with my eyes shut.
Yeah.
Please weigh your bananas. Like, I'm so used to it.
Your first mistake is going to a self-serve when you have produce. Don't go to the self-serve with anything that actually needs input from you.
I always do self-serve.
Not to interrupt again, but Superstore self-serves are cashless lanes.
Yeah.
I never have
and
cash
so is
anyway.
Walmart's, but Sobeys you can do cash.
Yeah.
If you have cash, you cannot go to the self-serve lanes.
Does Sobeys have self-serve? Because I've never
they
seen
do.
one.
Yeah,
Okay,
Sobeys,
not
man, I don't go to Superstore. Like I said, Sobeys, it was around since 1937. It formed in Stellarton. They were
sponsored by Sobeys.
I have a friend that married into the Sobeys family.
Jesus, you have so many odd connections. I can't get over
It's
it
weird,
sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen a self-serve at Sobeys before, though, because the Mumford one doesn't have it.
The one by your house does.
Yeah, the one by our place
Oh,
does.
bitchin'.
Yeah.
But I got to the checkout, and I kept fucking up, and it kept alerting the send help
Yeah.
light, which flashes, and it's very embarrassing. And I got to a point where it wouldn't move me from the send help screen. So it just said, send help. And I'm like, help! I'm like looking around like, someone help me, please. And everyone was busy. And there didn't seem to be like a floater worker that was like going around helping people. But then I realized
What? You're telling me Superstore doesn't have just a floater worker? What are you talking about? Don't they heavily staff?
You know what I mean? Someone to come help me. Everyone was like at checkouts or whatever. So that took fucking forever. And eventually, but like I could tell people in the line were fucking pissed at me. Like, this bitch doesn't know how to work this thing. I was like, fuck!
I like how you said that while you did a jerk-off mode. You went like this. This bitch doesn't know how to work this thing.
They're all from Jersey. Fucking bitch.
Also true.
How many items did you have?
Not a lot. Like under 10.
Okay, well, that's not bad.
Yeah, I never get big loads.
Nice.
I'm a small
punch.
load girl.
Okay.
I do multiple small loads a week.
I went to Bed Bath & Beyond today, and I had the most... obviously, the line's crazy, and I'm like, I'm fine. I understand that. I'm going to stay in the line for a while. And I finally get them 2 people... Like, they have 3 cashiers. There's 1 person in front of me, and that's it. So one lane, they need a price check. Another lane, a woman's doing a huge fucking return. And there's one guy, and he has a woman, she's only buying a rug. And I'm standing there, I was like, okay, I've been waiting this line forever. I'm like, finally, something happens. A woman in front of me goes up. She has a return, so I'm the next in line. And all I have is like a fucking SodaStream canister and like tonic for the SodaStream. And she's getting a rug, and I'm like, okay, like. And this guy is just going on like, oh, is this for like people coming over for Christmas? She's like, yes. And
God,
he's like, I love a good Christmas. And they go and they're having a conversation like they're fucking friends. And I'm like,
Jesus Christ.
I was like, I want to go. I want to be out of Bears Lake. It's a fucking death trap right now. And then like he's going on telling the story, and then she pays for her item, puts in the cart. She pushes the cart a little ways, and he's like, where are you from? Like, literally, that's what he said. And I was like, I'm standing there, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding? And now I'm just staring like daggers through him. And he's going on like, yeah, I'm from Newfoundland, blah, blah, and they're going back and forth. This goes 5 more
Newfoundland is
minutes.
the worst. They will never shut up.
Great. Worst place.
So anyway, she finally leaves, and he's like, I can help you over here, sir. And I'm just like furious. And I'm like, I just like put the stuff in front of him, and he's just like, ooh, he's like, you need SodaStream refill? I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm doing this, and because I had to bring my old one back into, and he's like, so none of this is on a registry for you today? I was like, what? Do you get registries for SodaStream canisters? Like, and he's like, I guess not. Do you need a gift receipt? And I was like, I just told you I'm buying this for myself. No, I don't. Like, get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
I didn't say that, but
that's
I was
what you were
like,
thinking.
But I'm just like, I'm pissed.
Yeah,
just
I
say
hate that.
nothing to me and let me fucking go on my way. Like,
read the room.
It's so hard in those moments because like we've all worked customer service before or still do. Some people that might be listening, but like you try not to lose your shit because you know what it's like to have your shit lose on unreasonably, and it's stupid, right?
Yeah.
Like even today, like I went for a drive and I stopped at a fucking Tim Hortons, and all I asked for was a large double cup and a bottle of water. That's all I wanted, right? I get up to the cash register, the guy's like, "Did you get a double bottle of water and a dark roast?" No, man, just wanted the double in the water. And he's like, so like just the double in the water? I'm like, yeah, man, just the double in the water. He's like, so like, who ordered the dark roast? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't give a shit.
Who cares?
That's your mystery to
his
solve.
coworker turns around, looks at me, and goes, "So you didn't have a dark roast? You just?" And I was like, "Oh my god! If somebody doesn't give me this fucking coffee and this water,
Oh my God.
I'll lose my goddamn fucking mind." And like again, I know there's probably somebody that ordered a dark. And yeah, but like they have the 2 drive-throughs too, like so it's probably really fucking confusing.
Yeah.
But like it's hard to like in that moment to remember that you work those jobs too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
like, do you guys ever blow up like that and then feel bad because you're like, fuck, I shouldn't do that. Who cares?
And like never at the person. I'm never freaked out at a customer service facing, position.
No, I try to bring it to a level and then I stop before I'm
exactly.
freaking out.
But sometimes in your head you can't help but be like, what the fuck, man? Get your fucking shit together.
But sometimes
Like
it's
I'll
warranted.
exude my anger, but I won't really ever blow up. But I'll make it known like I'm not happy with this situation. I'm just leaving it at that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I paid for my stuff at Superstore, and then I walked from the Superstore directly into the NSLC. Like they had
because they're connected. You can do
and
that.
it started beeping at me. And I know, probably a motion sensor, right? Not like an alarm.
No, it's
but me.
There was a
I
tag.
go, uh-oh.
There was a tag they didn't properly like.
I got nervous and started beeping at me. So then I walked out and then around. And I got my booze, and the guy at the cash was like, "Yeah, that beeping was just a motion detector.
Just like,
you didn't do anything wrong."
Like,
Oh, really?
I thought
But I
maybe
was
you tried
just
to buy some more ugly panties from Joe Fresh, and
Okay, I feel the need to address.
No, we don't need to. I
feel the need to address this. Beige underwear is perfectly fine.
Every underwear is sexy on a woman, but when you send me a picture that looks like a white doily, I'm going to tell you it looks like a white doily.
Underwear is not sexy if it's not on.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They were when you sent me that picture of the girl wearing them, I was like, yeah, that's sexy underwear. But when it was just there next to brightly colored underwear, I was like, no, this is plain Jane. I ain't fucking.
But you don't picture a girl in them when you see.
Oh no, because I'm picturing a girl in the other ones rocking up to prom, making it happen. You know what I mean? I mean, adult prom.
Dear God! Wait, something else
She's
happened.
never gonna have me on this podcast again.
Something else happened. The alarm went off. What else was it that fucked up? Oh. So, when I was coming back in through the NSLC, I went through the wrong door. And I was standing in front of the automatic door, and I was in the out door, and the door opened on me.
Nice.
Shit.
Can I ask Can I ask a legit question that just popped in my head and might be the only time I ever get to ask this question? You guys are looking at me like this is not going to be good. Just general curiosity. Do you know if tampons / pads, do they have those security things in them that need to be scanned? Like, because I'm thinking like those are like you guys need them, right? So to me, that seems like something they would want to put one of those fucking security codes in so that you couldn't just easily walk out with them.
You mean, what do you mean? Do you mean those?
But like those little strips, like because Blockbuster, those little magnetic strips.
Yeah.
They
no,
don't
they
have
don't.
those?
They don't.
No, it's a legit question because I'm like,
I love how you're asking the room, but only I can answer.
Well, really. I know. Well, that's why I'm looking at you, but I'm justifying to them that I'm not trying to be a prick. I'm just legitimately
But you know
curious.
what does? Makeup from Walmart, because I have to remove that shit every time I steal from there.
I thought you were going to say... I thought... Nice. That's
I'm just joking.
I just walked all over it, too.
I paid for my own makeup at Walmart, so it really hurts me.
Well, they don't...
I thought you were going to say Diva Cups have it, which that's a whole other
yeah, well, because you get one and then you don't.
Yeah, that's it.
They don't have the demagnetizers on the self-serve checkouts, though. And you said you normally use the self-serve checkout.
I would take them off.
No, I think
if I get makeup from Walmart, they encourage you to buy it at the makeup station at Walmart.
Yeah.
But they know I'm never there, so I just go to the self checkout and I take that thing off and put it in the garbage.
But do you put it in your pocket?
No, there's a garbage right by the self checkout.
No, but the thing okay, we shouldn't talk about this on the podcast. Anyway, I'll ask you after the podcast how you commit criminal activities.
No, I still pay for it. I just take the thing off because I know it's going to beep when
I
go out.
I thought you meant you were like pocketing it. And,
like at the self checkout, there's a little garbage can beside it.
No, I get that. Well, Sarah is a law-abiding citizen, and Andrew thought she was
My
stealing.
dad's a retired judge, so I'm a good girl.
Yeah. My mom and I used to watch Judge Judy, so I'm a good boy.
I was going to bring this up because I've been scanning Christmas stories that I thought are like, these are fucking just the terrible ills of Christmas. I saw this one story that was like, man arrested for revealing Santa Claus is fake to children.
How did we all feel about it when we found out?
I always knew. My parents weren't huge dicks and we're just like, hey, guess what? There's no Santa. We're not going to punk you for 12 years and then tell you, like, go fuck yourself. There's no Santa. That's the cruelest thing of all time. You're creating a problem for yourself. Like,
I don't think so. I mean, that's been happening for how many decades? No one's really that fucked up about it. You know what I mean? Like,
It was the worst day for my mom.
I gotta say, my mom was a fucking champ, and I've told the story to other people before, but I can't believe how fucking good she was at this. Always remember this. The year that I started to find out like that Santa might not be real, when class members are like, it's not real, it's just your parents, and then you go home and you tell your parents, and your parents are like, no, it is real. Like they're trying to get a hold on, right?
Yeah.
So that year for Christmas, all I wanted was a Sega Genesis. That's all I wanted. And I was like, Santa's not real. I'm gonna go snooping. And so I went in my mom's closet and I snooped. And there was a Sega Genesis there, fully in its box. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm getting a Sega for Christmas, right? My fucking mom knew I was going to be a little snooping little bitch. So she, the night Christmas Eve, had a neighbor down the hall come in right in front of me and go, hey, Mary, I'm just here to pick up that Sega you've been holding.
Oh, shit.
That you've been holding for me so that my son wouldn't find it. My mom gave her the Sega box and she walked away with it. And I was fucking heartbroken.
I can imagine.
I was like, oh my God, I thought I was going to Sega. I'm not going to Sega. Gets even better. Wake up the next morning. I rush out to the fucking thing. Not a Sega-shaped box at all under the fucking... She took every part of the Sega and wrapped them separately.
Oh my God.
And put
that is
Santa.
Dedication.
Like, not that I necessarily believed it was from Santa, but that was like the last year we kept up that fucking... She had the controller, one controller in one box, one controller in another box. I think the first thing I opened was a powered... like it was the power bar, because it was like this giant thick ass like fucking plug with a tiny cord, and I went, the fuck is this going to? I honestly think the actual console was the last thing I opened. But when you get one controller, you fucking
figured it out.
But like,
Did you figure
and
it
she
out?
said it was from Santa. Yeah. Like, I think that was one of the most. That was the last 2 years.
You know, I was about 10 or 11, I think, when I figured out Santa wasn't real. And I honestly don't even remember the exact moment that it happened. But I know a lot of it was just figuring out, like, you know, there's no way Santa can visit every kid in the world. And what about kids in Africa? And wind resistance. And
I was
catch on fire and shit. But, you know, we're entering this strange point in time where kids have lots of resources available to find out that Santa is not real so early. True, yeah. Not just the internet, but last year I was at my friend's place. He has a 12-year-old son and 2 6-year-old twins. And the 12-year-old son decided that he wanted to prove if Santa was real, and he set up a fucking GoPro planted at the tree.
Sorry, that's a great story. Finish that story, and I want to ask you a question. That's a fucking awesome thing that he did.
He set up a GoPro, and you can watch a GoPro from your phone. And he took his initiative. He put like the thing on the wall, pointed at the tree, and he was making a big deal of it. And his parents were freaking the fuck out. They're like, "What the fuck are we gonna do? It's December 23rd. We can't find a Santa costume the day before Christmas and like fake it." And eventually, I think we ended up like accidentally knocking the camera so it wasn't pointed at the tree anymore.
I think you told me that before.
But what we wanted to do was have me dress up in like a Santa hat, completely naked, and like a red thong, like run in and throw presents under the tree and run outside.
And eat the cookies like
yeah, exactly,
like,
right?
You brought up a really fucking interesting thing though, because I never thought about, like, you give a kid an iPad right now, it's connected to Wi-Fi. He's 5 years old. He could go online and just go Google, is Santa real? Like that's something that we didn't have to fucking air. Like 8, 9, 10 was probably the cutoff. 11, 12 were the ages that people were cut off from Santa.
12 for me.
But that's what I'm saying. 8
same
to
with
12.
Travis.
8 to 12, I think, are the general years. But now you get a kid who's fucking 4 or 5 if he knows how to use the fucking internet.
That's it.
And then he'll find out 9/11 was an inside job. And then
Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell have come out and said, we're just telling them the truth, no matter what age.
Honestly, I think if I had kids,
I'm
I
all
would do
for
the same
that.
thing.
I'm all for that.
I honestly think, as an atheist, this sounds so stupid to me to say, but what I would do is I would say, Santa's going to bring you one gift. He brings one gift to everybody in the entire world. And there'd be one gift labeled Santa, and me and your mom are going to bring you the rest of the gifts. That's what I think I would do. Because then, like, he'd still have that mystery, but he wouldn't think it was all, like, based on this, like, you know.
When I found out Santa wasn't real, I cried all night. And my mom still to this day says it was one of the worst days of her life, telling me that because I was so hurt. And you want to know why I was heartbroken? Thought I wasn't getting gifts anymore. I'm a selfish bitch.
Yeah, that's the
Oh my God.
Well,
And
root
then
of
she's
the
like,
Santa.
no, we'll still give you gifts. It's just they'll be from us, not from Santa.
I've never told anybody else this, but this is very similar. I've never told anybody this story. But on the same lines of the things that your parents like lie to you about.
Yeah.
Remember the tooth fairy growing up? Or you put it on your thing. And I remember at the last tooth I lost, it was already fucking old hat that we all knew that the tooth fairy wasn't real.
Yeah.
I lost this tooth, though, in the privacy of my bathroom, and I didn't tell my mom or my mom that I was living with that I lost the tooth. And I put it under my pillow just to be like,
We'll see.
see what happens. I got $5 anyway. And still to this day, I was
What
like,
the fuck?
I never
Wait, what?
told my mom.
Wow.
But but you know what it is. Fucking, when do you stop losing your teeth? When you're like 7 or 8? 8-year-old kid walking around with a freshly like missing tooth.
Yeah, I
like,
mean,
I'm pretty sure she figured it out.
Obviously,
she was
just saw it.
she's like, there's one less of those 12 things that used to be in his mouth.
That's crazy.
That's funny you bring up Tuesday. The other day, I played Battlefield 5 with a bunch of my friends online.
Nerd.
I know. Anyway, a friend of mine who I live with forever. It's so weird that he has kids now. His son came running in the room, and I can say this because enough of this in the podcast. His son's the biggest bitch kid I've ever met in my fucking life. Like his daughter is gangster. Like she's just
and
hardcore.
he's a bitch ass nigga.
But he's the biggest little bitch in the world. Anyway,
Biggest little bitch?
yeah, because he's a big bitch. But
Sounds
he's
like a
little
TLC
kid.
show. Biggest little bitch.
I love that.
Fucking, I hear this kid screaming, coming running. Like I was like, what the? And I hear the conversation. He's like, Dad, I lost my tooth. And my friend's like, yeah, I know you lost your tooth. Like, buddy, like he's like, no, I lost my tooth that I lost, and now I'm not gonna get money for the tooth.
Oh my God.
Wow. I was like, oh my God. He's like, don't worry, buddy. The tooth fairy, he knows you lost a tooth. You don't need to put it there. He's like, well, what am I going to give him? He's like, don't worry about it. He's just like,
Oh my
I'm
God.
like,
How old is this kid?
the kid's like 6, I think.
Oh, that's still in the wheelhouse.
Yeah.
I'm all about just. My mom always told me, she's like, he's not a real person. Santa's not real. But like, he's the magic of Christmas. He's the spirit of Christmas. And I was like, that's legit.
I didn't know your
My
your
mom
mother
used
was
to-
a witch.
My mom used to get mad at me when I was older and there were younger kids in the family if I didn't act like Santa was real.
Oh.
Like legit. Like, don't you fucking say that or you're not getting
Well,
anything.
what do you guys think you would do if we were all parents? Here.
Like I said, I'd tell them one gift from Santa, the rest
and
from
then the rest, yeah.
Yeah, I think Santa would be a thing.
Or maybe I'd explain.
Like-
Here's an even better thing. You start off one gift from Santa every year. Maybe by the 3rd, 4th year, you go, what we mean by one gift from Santa is it's the tradition of Christmas. You're getting a gift in the spirit of the tradition of Christmas, which we are going to call Santa. Now, Santa doesn't actually exist. Everything's from mom and dad or grandma and grandpa. But this
You're
one
getting
gift
a-
is specifically labeled as Santa.
Fair.
I was just going to say, I should be like, hey, your mom doesn't celebrate Christmas, so fuck you, kid. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're lucky that way.
Yeah.
Easy way out.
I'm going to go drink with
if
my
we're
friend.
going realism, here's how the conversation goes. I only fucked 2 girls in 2005. How do I have a child? If we're going realism. I mean,
Oh my God.
Bell's too far away for me to.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the guy version of Immaculate Conception? I don't know. Ghost sperm.
Conception, baby.
I think it's tough. I don't personally know any parents that have tried to raise their kids not or knowing that Santa is fake.
Yeah.
But I think it would be very difficult to do with small children just because the idea of Santa is so ingrained in Christmas culture
Yeah.
in this part of the world. Like,
Yeah.
and a kid's not really young enough to understand.
You're
I
right.
think.
You're very right that you know, like it's all good for us to like joke or even say seriously what we do with our kids, but you also have to factor in how other kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's one thing to say,
I
like,
was
we're
that
going to
dick
say this
kid.
is from Santa, but it means this, and then he goes to school, and then everyone else is like, Santa's real. You're fucking weird. Like,
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, that I was that kid. I remember being taken aside by a teacher, and they were just like, "Yes, Santa's not real, but like,
Aw.
these kids, like, you're being mean by telling them. Because I used to tell kids, like, it's not real. Like, it's your parents.
Oh, you would just tell them?
I would straight up tell them. I'd be like,
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then I'd be like, Santa's not real, Lucy. Do you want to go to prom with me, by the way?
At like 10?
She was like,
No,
You're planning ahead?
elementary prom.
Yes,
Yes,
it was a joke.
Yeah. She was 18.
same tactic I used, just 14 years earlier.
We have a lot of prom-based humor.
I know, what the hell is that?
Hey, you know why I keep bringing it up? Because I never had a date to my original prom, and before I die, I would like to go to prom with somebody.
I want to have an adult prom. Can we
No,
do
not
that
an
again?
adult prom. I mean, just
my
regular
God.
prom.
Yeah, come on.
But remember when we had prom night?
Because I'll still be rejected under adult prom. So I want.
So should we bring out the gifts now?
You want to do that?
Sure.
Okay. Well, we got to explain what this is. So that's right.
I have no gift, so I'm going to go grab another drink.
Richard is an impromptu
Well,
guest.
Richard is an impromptu but lovely guest to have on the podcast.
Thank you, Richard, for being on. So this is.
I thought this was a Yankee. You guys went all out of it.
We both did, but it's okay. We're gonna figure it's all good.
Minutes on my day. I wouldn't say. I took a 5-hour drive and did this in 20 minutes when I got back to the city. Let's not get crazy here.
So instead of bringing good presents as like a Secret Santa / Yankee swap situation, we've decided to do the worst present, and I actually think what might be a good idea now that we have an impartial person.
You could be the judge.
You could be the judge, Richard.
That makes makes a lot. No, but that makes actually really fucking good sense. He's the judge.
Yeah, because you're impartial to this.
Yeah,
now,
so we get to explain why our gifts are bad too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so I get to pull it out of my bag and explain to you guys? Oh, perfect. Good.
You can. Okay, because
Can I do that? Because that's how I want to do it.
You and I did something similar where there's some targeted gifts and some non-targeted gifts.
Yeah, a little bit.
Same
So,
for me.
do you want
I got multiple.
All right, I'll go first.
I've been known. I'm a great gift giver.
Yeah, and apparently you bought yourself 5 candles.
8, and they were $30 each.
6. Both of you were fucking wrong.
All right.
Oh, in our face.
Okay, here now it's Andrew's turn.
And
Okay.
they only smell okay.
So this gift is in 3 sort of parts.
Okay.
The first part was a last second thought as I was buying the second part. But I thought if we were going worse, everybody likes sweets, right? Everybody likes gum. Yeah, sometimes you get dry mouth, you want to chew gum. But nobody likes thrills. The gum that tastes like soap.
I can't believe that shit's still around. I remember buying that when I was a child.
I love thrills. I'm not even gonna lie. For some reason, I love that shit.
Right
but
now?
it does.
Yeah,
it does taste like
it
soap.
Will taste like soap.
I've never tried it.
Like
I've never tried it.
You're in for a thrill.
I don't believe it.
There is nothing fake about their marketing.
She's grinching.
Like, you haven't even chewed it
She
yet.
took it out. She had two chews, and she knew. Woo! Thrills is right, baby. It's got a soapy taste to it.
It does.
I mean, I'm a chick, and I've gotten like hairspray in my mouth and like cum. Like this isn't
I like
so
how
bad.
you lead with hairspray.
All right. So
why am I still chewing this?
I don't know.
That's part 3. Part 2.
Okay.
I don't know who this is for. But this was not the main original gift, but I happened to go into a dollar store to get a gift bag.
Nice.
And I'm going to explain why I love this gift. Now, this is a mini DJ electronic set from the dollar store. Now, here's why I love this gift. Because it sucks, but also because it says, try me with a button. And if you push all buttons, none of them do anything. Now, you're wondering, maybe Andrew picked the first one and the rest of them all work. Andrew went through 4 or 5 to find one that could work until he noticed the back that said you need to unscrew and physically install in the batteries to get them to work.
What batteries do they take?
They all come included. So
motherfucker.
that's the second part. Now, here's
God.
the main attraction.
I'm still chewing this gum, by the way.
Yeah. Here's
It's
the main
not so bad
attraction.
now.
So I didn't have any money until today, so I didn't know what I was going to get for this fucking thing. And I thought, you know what has kitsch items? The Pharmasave. So I'm going to Pharmasave and get a kitsch items. And I was lucky because the reason there's other 2 parts to this is the rest of their items were 50% off. So this was super cheap. This one's more directed at you, Sarah.
Wait, can I just hand it to me? Can I?
Yeah, but you have to read it out on the podcast, especially the extra caption that I added.
Amazing.
Always a bride. Okay, you wrote.
I wrote always.
A bridesmaid. Trust me, you can dance. Sincerely, the open bar. The We Do crew. Wait, are these tights? What are these?
They're socks or tights for a bridesmaid. And I wrote always on top of the bridesmaid on Richard's kind of suggestion.
Yeah, that was my idea.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That cuts deep.
And when I bought the bridesmaid socks, the teenage girl working at the Pharmacy was like, well, at least you got some socks for the night. And I had to explain to her, I'm part of this whole weird, shitty Christmas gifting.
I want to know what sounds this makes.
Open her up.
It's gonna
You
take
need
a
a
while.
screwdriver, too, to get...
A screwdriver?
Yeah, it says you need a screwdriver.
Yeah.
What kind of...
Let's save
well-
it.
okay, well, wait.
You can play it later.
Patreon bonus episode.
Yeah, the mini.
I like how it says music and sound effects, though. Like,
What the
We have a new
fuck?
soundboard though.
This is amazing.
so I tried.
Yeah,
I tried.
Hopefully, one's a bell that you can just hit.
Okay. Who's next? Corey, you want to go next?
You okay? Mine.
Do you want me to give it? Do you want me to open it?
Sure,
Okay.
but I want to tell you why.
Oh God.
Because this encompasses why I hate Christmas.
Hang on.
I think
I feel like I need another drink for this. I'm gonna get another drink.
okay.
I like how she just weirdly abruptly paused that.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like no, I
Whole
gotta
show's
get
on
another drink.
standby.
I was like,
At least you have two master podcasters here. So
that's it.
who know how to carry dead air. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Also know how to
why aren't
spill
our
your beer
Patreons
on
blowing
yourself.
Up, you know what I mean?
That's
I'm really
you're not. You know, you're not being picked up, Sarah. You can keep talking like you're still on the podcast.
You're not. Yeah, it's just me and Corey now.
on the podcast.
This is our universe. We rule this.
This
Anyway,
is it.
It's done, by the way.
this week on Intoxicated Podcast, how much do men rule? A lot. You're not single. I'm happy. High five. We just
didn't really-
masculine your podcast while you're not here.
That's it.
You had some good. You had some. You're good. I was,
I lost the cat. It's gone now.
the cat's gone.
The cat.
Cap.
Cap for what?
My Puree.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh.
nobody cares.
Nobody cares. No.
Your
I'm so drunk that I'm
Is
chewing
that a
this-
mix between Perrier and
Puree.
Purell?
All right,
Puree?
Sarah's back. She's got a gift. She's
Desperate
got to open
times.
here on the Wacky Morning Zoo gift open drive.
All right.
Pew.
I saw this, and it is everything I hate about Christmas. It's a Christmas
It
gift.
kind of looks like a dick and balls when the way it's wrapped up. It really does.
It does have the words "coming" on it, but in a different.
Is it
way.
a little Christmas statue?
So I think I ripped off the price tag, which what it says.
Oh, okay.
It is a cookie stamp.
Oh,
So-
fuck. That's amazingly bad.
It's not even like a cookie cutter. It's something to stamp your cookies. And what does it say?
Christmas coming home?
Yes. What the fuck does that mean?
And it's a truck on fire!
No, it's a truck with a Christmas tree in the back. So this piece of shit thing.
It also does kind of look like a truck that's on fire.
Yep. Yes, it does.
If you just look at it, a cookie stamp!
It's not even like I can even see a cookie cutter or a Christmas themed cookie cutter. It is something to stamp your cookies with that says Christmas is coming. That's not a phrase. People don't say Christmas. I mean, maybe it's down the road, but it's literally coming in a truck.
Maybe if your girlfriend's
My
name is
uncle did, but
Christmas.
his fuck. I like
good.
how you went for
This is
girlfriend
some
and I
good
went
food
uncle.
grade silicone right here. I mean,
Uncle, fuck me. Like, we're like you're not in a relationship.
So,
That's fucking hilarious.
you know,
so it's a
yeah.
gift that is Christmas
That
based.
is a good
That's-
gift. I
that's
like that.
a piece
Very
of shit.
good.
Yes.
Okay, so
It's got a little hanger on it.
I already
Hanging
ripped the bag. I'm gonna win this shit, by the way.
Okay.
Because
I'm
you
gonna
spent $50 trying to win it.
first. I'm
Whoa,
gonna
whoa,
give-
whoa! That's like minus 10 points if you break the budget.
No, all of this was
Yeah,
under
he's
$10.
the judge over here.
No, $10.
Judge, you should hear what she
Corey,
said about
this is for
Mexicans
you.
earlier.
Oh God, I'm not surprised.
I can already see what it is. Thank you very much. It's
Oh,
bread
it's a
that
loaf.
you just did groceries and you know I can't eat this, so I can't. So she got
You
me.
can't eat bread?
I
So we're
can't.
doing a swap. I totally can't.
Maybe we can do that.
Oh damn, that's a solid loaf of bread.
It is.
That's
It's
good.
wholesome, fresh, which I don't know what wholesome means.
Ben's brand. Ben's is good
Ben,
bread.
Ben's been killing it for
Our
years.
softest recipe ever.
I like how you're digging through that bag like there was more to the bread.
Of course, it's white bread.
And white bread, even though I'm half black. So you should have got me
Why
back.
is this
But,
the worst, Corey?
Because I can't eat processed wheat, so I can't eat this bread. So I am regifting this down the line.
To me, because I need it anyway.
Oh, now we're going to fight over who wants the bread.
Okay, hang on.
So the next is tampons.
So I'm just gonna.
you can't use it.
I'm just gonna give you guys this, and you guys can both open it.
Oh,
No, let him open it. I'm too fucked up. Let him open it.
But I want to
I wanna
say
just
that I
comment
was
on
in the Dollarama.
Oh, it's the pregnancy.
brag.
And I was looking at like just all the different aisles, and I was
Yeah.
like in like the toy section. I was like, they gonna love everything here.
Oh yeah, no.
I was like, it was gonna be really hard for.
Okay. So I'll rip this
If
apart.
it's a Ghostbuster toy, that's
So
what I
there's a
almost
lot
got
of
you.
things, and there's some small things. So be careful.
Okay, so I'm
there
just
anything
gonna
pointy?
split these in two. And I can send the bag down.
Oh my
I see a
God! What
toilet
is
cleaner.
that?
Or a toilet
I know
cleaner.
what this is for sure.
Wow.
You took the shitty thing too literally.
Do you need a toilet brush? This is a toilet brush.
It's tiny, and I tried to rip the price tag off, even though you already know it's from Dollarama.
I got poopy sacks.
Look, it literally says poopy.
That-
No,
You know
I,
what?
I get it. My pet dies, and you invite me on your podcast to throw it in my face. I
Worst
totally.
gift.
The bath collection. This is also from the very
Oh,
high end
shit.
dollar store bath collection.
I'm gonna shit in one of
There's
these
more
later.
more stuff in there.
All right.
All right.
So far we have a toilet brush. We have doggy bags.
Pregnancy test, which condoms, ovulation test.
Ovulation.
Yeah, I
Ovulation
was gonna
test.
get one
You
of those.
literally just got
Yeah.
everything for yourself. Like I want the I don't know, maybe.
This is a
you're
vibrator.
the only person that ovulates here.
If this is a vibrator and it feels like a vibrator,
That's a pretty fucking big vibrator.
Yeah, that's like the fucking. What the hell?
no, she
Rope.
did get a gift for me. Rope to kill myself with. Poly rope. Oh my God! And it's 50 inches. I think I could make that work, or at best, I could have a really good orgasm. So.
know, we have
mean,
100 feet of
You know
climb.
what? I turned around. We've saved Christmas. Intoxicated has saved Christmas.
You wanna know what?
My heart grew 3 sizes too big.
I wasn't gonna do this, and you know what it was that made me get it? Travis. I was like, Travis, if I get this for Andrew, is it too far? And he's like, hell no.
By the way, this is a very big box for one test of the
Should I
ovulation.
take it right now?
Should I take it?
Ooh. Is
I
there
wonder
one,
if we could give
We
it a
should
false
all
positive.
take
Is there one test or
Yeah.
two? How many tests are in there?
There's only one.
Damn it.
It
Is
says
it okay if I
one
wrap
test.
this around my neck right now?
You are not going home with that. I am sorry.
You gave it to him. What the fuck?
She wants all her gifts back, man.
Hello,
can't-
darkness, my old
because
friend.
here's the thing: if you actually do that, I will then kill myself.
I'm not gonna kill myself. I mean, I might jerk off while choking myself, but not enough
So
to
it's
kill
going to be
myself.
accidental.
Yeah, if anything, it'll be like a David Carradine. Well, it's like ninjas came in and killed me.
Poopy snacks.
Well,
All right.
actually, I'm going to take one of these poopy snack bags and put it over my face while I'm jerking off, so that I can asphyxiate twice as hard.
Richard, do you think? What do you think?
What is
Oh man, this is a tough call. I don't know.
had the
Bread
worst.
was a solid choice, but you lose
I
some
like-
points for wanting all your gifts
I
back.
I like how bread went personal to you and rope went personal to me. That was very
Yeah,
nice
I don't
touch.
know.
Poopy sacks and everything else was
I'm a
the
thoughtful
border.
fucking person,
It was
okay?
the border, but the rest were good.
I personally play a lot of video games and can probably make good use of the poop bags. I don't know.
That's true. That's true.
That's the thing. Everything I found,
And I
was
come
like,
a lot, so. Oh, that was a dull in the fucking episode.
Everything just went on.
oh man.
I gotta go with the cookie stamp
Yes!
only because
I could make use of this.
it looks like a cock and balls when it's wrapped up, and so it has my vote.
And it looks like a truck
Boom,
on fire.
I win Christmas.
It's a truck on fire.
Yeah, that's it. Have
Christmas
fun with
coming
that.
home.
Christmas
I'm so
coming
glad I
home.
have this
The
rope right now.
DJ machine that doesn't work is definitely a close second.
That is.
I
yeah,
wasn't
the
gonna
DJ
do anything if I
machine.
won
I
this
can't wait to
competition,
pop
but
some
now-
batteries in that
Yeah.
thing. I like that we're just having two opposite conversation on a podcast.
So the question is do one of you take the ovulation test right now, or do I?
I say we gangbang that shit. We gotta just all piss on it.
Should we just all piss in a bottle and then pour it on?
Can you
Yeah.
open it
Oh
up?
yeah. Fuck yeah.
Is the answer just yes or no? If you're ovulating.
Oh, I think it's like one stripe or
Does
two.
an ovulation mean horny? Because I'm always horny, baby. Kathy K is gonna nail this test.
You know, there's a lot of words on this. There's a lot of words on this for something that's sold at Dollarama.
There's a lot. What did you say?
I said there's a lot of words on this for something that's sold at Dollarama.
Some being like, this may not work.
Test procedure. Allow the sealed LH cassette test pouch urine sample and control solution to reach room temperature. Room temperature is 18 to 30 degrees, by the way. Holy shit.
Baby.
Wow.
The hospitals. Okay, so the pregnancy tests that they use at the hospital are from Dollarama, so they're legit.
Oh fuck.
They're legit. I know this.
That's not a pregnancy test, though.
I had to take
It's an
one.
ovulation
But
test.
that all it means is you're
curious.
ready to
See,
get pregnant, right?
Yes.
This is why, because with you guys, it's just going to come up no. But with me, I have a fucking period tracker app that tells me when I'm ovulating. So I want to test this shit.
So women can do whatever men can do, but men can't do whatever women do. That's sexist.
No, I just want to see if it's legit or not.
Sarah, I also have a period tracker app. It tells me when you're on your period and I don't talk to you for a week.
You know, some couples will some couples
the funniest I've ever been.
Will, like the guy will download the period tracker app and track the
His
girlfriend's
girls?
period so that he knows.
So he knows when to go down on her when it's ripe and ready.
Oh, God.
They call it getting your Red Wings, people. Let's get progressive here.
Wait, is there not something else in that bag? There should be something else there.
Or poop?
I
rope?
just now remembered. There's something else there.
Poop, rope, pregnancy.
Oh yeah, there is one other.
Oh my God, what could it be? This could be the
Good out of nowhere.
the tiebreaker or the balance tipper.
It's a diva cup. It's a diva
Is
cup.
it?
What?
Shit.
Wow.
What?
I knew I was in the presence
I
of
thought
something.
we said $10. You bought a fucking diva cup?
It's a very low rent diva cup. Holy
That's
shit.
one that I've already have.
Oh wait.
Oh
you know,
God! What?
Wait,
all right, well, if it's not you, pass it over here.
Troy dropped it. Troy dropped it instantly.
Oh shit! You know what?
It looks like if you put it on the tip of an erect dick, it looks like a KKK hood. That's what it looks like. It's like, hey, blacks. And
Andrew, if you cut the tip off that, you could use it to funnel your weed into your vaporizer.
I really probably
There you go. It's a
I've never used this.
It's like one of those things
I've
you
never
put
used
water
this.
in to remove earwax from your ear. Oh, your ladies' bodies are so silly.
You know what you gotta do to get that shit up there? Here, let me see it.
Wait,
Please
did we
don't
get a
demonstrate.
demonstration?
I assume you insert into pussy.
You
That's
gotta do this.
what?
That's how you
And
do
let
it.
it like expand.
and then you gotta go.
So what you're telling me is a
never
girl's
tried it.
vagina is only as fucking as thick as like half of that.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, then what the fuck am I worried about? You know what I mean? Like, I've been fucking rocking anxiety for years. Now you're
apparently
blowing
that's what
this
you gotta-
fucking mystery out of the water.
Like, because you can't do it like that, right?
no, well, you could.
I guess it
maybe,
depends if
I
you
don't
have a very wide set vagina.
I mean, I don't know.
They exist, you know.
Oh, it goes big end in first. I thought it went small end.
You thought it went in like this?
And then you
That
just
doesn't
put
make-
your
that doesn't make any sense.
you just put your fucking tampon inside of that.
How big do you think tampons are?
Put a rubber on your tampon.
I thought it was a condom for your tampon.
Condom for your tampon.
You know, practice safe periods.
I mean, I don't know. People who use these things say that they're great, but
Oh man, I've
this
heard
looks
raves
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
from
I have
women.
people that.
This looks uncomfortable as shit.
Well, I mean,
I could try that.
When you're fucking, who was on your podcast recently talking about that? The chick that likes Ottawa Senators, and I didn't believe she did it first, but then she proved that she
Oh,
did.
Robin.
Yeah, I don't believe most women like sports, but she knew a lot of shit about it, so then I believed her.
She had an app on her phone that went off every time a goal
Yeah, but she was talking about how like you got to reach in and pull out and dump it in the toilet.
Yeah.
And I was like,
That's
oh,
If you just Google like Diva Cup
kill
horror
me
stories.
now. like
Yeah.
there's no fucking way
yeah.
I would ever want to fucking Nope. Not gonna happen.
Also, like, this is tiny.
I know. It's
Is
like,
there measuring?
It's like when you fill your coffee up too much and you're trying to like get to the table.
There's measurements on here.
All right, we don't need to be
you
fucking
gotta know how
size
heavy your
queens
flow
with
is.
the Diva Cup.
Right? I assume. I don't know.
Every Diva Cup is made naturally on
Question,
its own.
can I
Some
keep
are
this?
bigger than others, and some are like you can't.
Oh
hold it
no,
against.
one of us definitely want that.
So seriously, let's try the ovulation test.
You know, you could put that on Mindy as a sweet little hat. Right? Kind of looks like one of those Devo hats.
It does kind of look like one of those old school clown hats where everyone was painted in whiteface with the white fucking cloth and the big gloves. Like,
don't put that on the microphone. What are you doing?
It's never been used. Oh, but it might be.
I'll do a shot through that right now.
Oh my god!
I dare you.
If you give me a
fucking
liquor, I'll
dare
do
you.
a shot through it.
Oh man.
I shouldn't, but I will.
Does anybody like any of their gifts? I think we should open.
Yeah, I like the rope. I'm keeping the fucking rope.
Yeah, that mini DJ.
Yeah, goddamn right I am.
Do you want me to get you a screwdriver? Is it a cross one? I think I have.
A cross one.
It's called a Phillips head.
I'm not that much of a man, and I know it's called a Phillips head. Or are they actually in there? And it's just
I think
broke?
it's in there because I think it just had the.
Oh, you had to the
plastic.
tab? Can
Yeah.
you hit the buttons now, see if they do anything?
But still not.
No, it's not working. That's what makes it the best.
Oh, but like the record moves and shit. When this
Are you
thing-
serious?
Oh, that's the best sign. No, the battery's already in there, Sarah. It
Yeah,
just
they're
doesn't
already-
work.
It just
It
doesn't
do-
work. Oh no!
Oh my
does.
god, it works.
Wait, let's hear.
Oh, this.
Yo.
I'm keeping this.
Let's play. I'm gonna drop some beats. Yo.
No, wait. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, son.
Oh my god.
Oh,
does
yeah.
nothing.
2 bread coming out, son. We got some ropes. We got some DJs making this shit happen. What I'm gonna say is put a Diva Cup in your butt. And then when you have diarrhea, funnel it out slowly.
It sounds like Skrillex is dying of
Yeah,
Alzheimer's.
I'm not a good freestyle rapper. This is the weirdest podcast I've been on.
This is the weirdest thing that has ever happened.
I'm so happy I could be here for this.
Christmas come. You know what I don't get about this? Okay, it's. How the fuck? You can't even really read that well.
Are you saying that to me like I can't read well?
No.
Because I'm actually dyslexic, so that's very
No,
insensitive.
you know what it is?
Andrew,
You're from
look at that.
Liverpool. I'm from Bridgewater. She's discriminating against South Shore people.
That's
Can you
it.
read that?
Not if you keep moving it. No. If you hand it to me, I probably could. Yeah, from here it says
These
Christmas
songs are not
coming
copyrighted,
home.
I hope.
But it's backwards.
Yeah, I read backwards very well, actually.
Does anyone...
Oh shit. Was that actually changing the tempo?
It changed the tempo.
Oh my.
Andrew, you
Wait,
have
did I
not win? You didn't win. Best
Well,
gift.
having opened the gift, having gotten the gift working, I think I'm about to reconsider my opinion here.
But this is good.
Oh, yeah, it was for the worst gift. Yeah, okay, so I get the best gift. Hell yeah.
This is very riveting podcasting, by the way. Me playing with a DJ toy.
You know
that
what my
is-
favorite part is? It reminds me of watching Spike TV in 2004. I love those commercial breaks.
Mansers.
1,000 ways to die.
I actually kind of liked Mansers.
I just love
My
this.
girlfriend
Always
at the
abreast.
time thought it was fucking disgusting.
I want to find out if they're full leggings or if
Yeah, I
they're
want to
actual
put them on.
socks.
I want to. And
They're
also, we
socks.
gotta.
They're-
Someone's
they're
got to pee on.
just socks.
Someone's got to pee on that test. Someone's
I'm
got.
going to eventually.
Can this be like a two-part?
Look how much beer Andrew has had. Like, he's gonna pee soon.
Yeah.
Well, I have to pee now, so it would be cool if I did it because then maybe
Okay,
it'll be a
okay, here we go.
surprise.
But are they uncomfortable socks?
No, these are great.
This
Well,
is
no,
the
that's worse.
smallest
What did I
test
say on
I've
them?
ever seen.
Holy shit!
You're gonna there's gonna be so much pee on this.
I'm gonna soak that motherfucker.
Oh wait, there's a brush.
The We Do crew.
Wait, what
Yeah, 'cause
is
you're a
going
bridesmaid.
I'm never gonna get married. No one's gonna marry me. I get it. I get it.
How much is 50 inches? Because I need to know if I can.
One last question before we close out the show.
Yes, I will kill myself.
No, Andrew.
Oh, wait,
See, this
wait.
is what I was scared of.
No, I'm just joking.
Okay, sorry. I just figured out how this ovulation test works.
I thought the end of the show was finding out the results of the ovulation.
It will be.
test.
It will be. But I have one last question before we close it out.
Okay.
But you say first.
oh, you have to pee into something, and this is a welfare like baster or whatever eyedropper, and so you got to take a little pee and you
Wait, so I can't pee just directly on it?
You can. It's gonna be messy as fuck. This thing's the size of I don't know, like
a stick of gum.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Shove it up your cuda and just pee.
Corey,
That's not how it works.
did we determine if is it just a yes or no?
It's lines.
Ooh.
It's why?
Lines.
So
why would you do this?
Why would they expect anybody who bought this at the dollar store to read that entire sheet of paper?
I know.
Like that is, look, that's like a size 3 font.
And here's an wait.
Do I put the pee on that?
Wait. There's no way.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
And
no.
by that, he
Sorry.
meant his tongue.
The instructions inside are only in French, but the English instructions are on the back of the box.
PCDs, bitch.
I don't even know the terms here because it's like so one line on the C means no LH surge. The C and the T both have lines, no LH surge. Wait, what? Those are the two same things.
Darlene, you're just supposed to piss on it.
And then 2 lines means LH surge, but it looks exactly like the no LH surge. This is like, I swear to God, like
I just
anybody
wanna-
look at that.
Let me see.
Here's the thing. All you got to do with this ovulation test is treat it like a Republican senator and piss all over it in the bathroom.
And then keep your mouth shut about what happened in there.
And never tell a soul.
I don't understand.
I got to say, great joke, Big Cat.
Okay, one last question before I pee on this test.
I will not be the father.
We talked about worst gifts. Are there any worst Christmases in general?
Yeah.
The weird. You made too much of a noise. That was fucking weird. You were like, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Anything?
No?
Not for me, but
The first year that I moved to Halifax.
Did you get chlamydia too?
No.
Oh.
No. No, I had moved to Halifax in 2004, and I was living with some roommates at the time. We'd all moved here from Moncton, and everybody left. All 3 of my roommates left for Moncton to go home to visit their families. I worked through Christmas, and I was a housekeeper at a hotel, so I was a maid, basically. So I've been on like the receiving end of sexism in the workplace, doing like a traditionally woman's job as a man. It was super fucked up. And
hot.
everybody, I got to wear the outfit and everything. It was great. I didn't think garters would look that good on me, personally. The old men were a little taken aback, but what can you say? I spent Christmas like completely alone. My girlfriend had dumped me 2 weeks before Christmas. Yeah, and all my roommates went home. I worked all through it. I remember Christmas Day eating craft dinner out of a pot, watching It's a Wonderful Life, and basically just wanting to throw myself off the McDonald Bridge. That was my worst Christmas. But the next day, Boxing Day, I was working with my supervisor at the time, who was this woman that I hated, and she was bitching me out because I wasn't cleaning the rooms very well, and she was scrubbing the hell out of this toilet, which was like diarrheaed in because we worked in a hotel for medical patients that had to stay. So there was like a lot of weird shit scenarios.
Oh my God.
Anyway, to make a long story short, she got shitty toilet water in her mouth, and I laughed in her fucking face.
It's a Christmas miracle.
So it was like, it was a Boxing Day miracle, really.
Yeah, nice.
But it kind of made up for
That's golden.
having the worst Christmas of my life to this day.
Mine was also a breakup Christmas.
Oh, man, it's the
December
worst.
19th. I am a couple days away from my 6-year singleversary. And a correction on that. This is super sad. I actually realized yesterday that it is in fact 7 years. So not 6, 7. It's kind of like finding out you're a year older than what you are. Super sad. But yeah, 7-year singleversary. Just wanted to add that correction. And back to the episode.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh yeah, some of us are really heartbroken about it.
Yeah.
13 years going on here. So.
But I discovered Breaking Bad. I watched it.
But
in
it
my
was
parents'
during
basement.
Christmas it got broken up with?
Well, we broke up on December 19th, and then the plan was like he would
that's
come
way
home for
too-
Christmas.
That's way too close to Christmas. That's
Yeah.
fucking. That's bad. That's like. Fucking,
Well, I found messages
Yeah.
being with the other girl, being like, don't break up with her until after Christmas.
That's still very shitty. I mean, it's kind of nice in a way that she was like, don't hurt her until after Christmas, but still shitty that she knew that it was happening. You know?
I got dumped on Valentine's Day after I gave my gift to, like, later that day, which wasn't even that bad, and at the time I had a severe concussion and couldn't really leave my house.
Fuck?
Yeah, it's a very...
Was this the concussion that you were asleep for 2 weeks?
3 days. I was out. I was in a coma.
I was
for 3
off
days.
by a lot.
Anyway, that's for our Valentine's Day episode.
Speaking of giving gifts after being heartbroken, though.
Yeah.
At my breakup Christmas, I gave him a turtle dove because of Home Alone.
And a comic book you made about him, right?
That was like, I mean, I give awesome gifts all the time. I don't know what
made
that
a
was.
comic
Really?
book?
Because you just gave us a bunch of shit.
That's actually pretty badass.
I give awesome gifts.
Speak for yourself, mister. Not going to go home and kill himself.
Yeah! Actually,
sweet lovely death. I've been waiting for your grip.
But I give.
Nice.
But you know why, right? The turtle dove? Because in Home Alone, the person was like, you give the other turtle dove. One of the turtle doves. Where is it? It's right here.
In your butt.
Oh my God,
Why did I say that?
Look, here it is.
That was stupid.
I don't know if it's a turtle dove, but it looks like a dove.
Doves and a partridge in a pear.
I gave him an identical one because he was the person I loved most in the world.
Nice.
Why do you still have yours?
I don't know. Fuck.
No, I get it.
Okay, well, I mean, that's a bit drastic.
I love it. That's where we draw the line. Like, no.
Speaking of dark questions, I have just a quick question. You just mentioned the McDonald bridge, throwing yourself off the McDonald bridge.
Oh my God, what's...
If you were to kill yourself, would you take the McDonald or the McKay?
And this is where I'm gonna cut some stuff out, because things got a little too dark. And even though I'm a dark, twisty person, I don't want to bring the mood down on Christmas for anyone listening who might be offended. So better to just cut it out entirely. But if you are into super offensive stuff, and if you can handle that, do make sure that you are subscribed to the Boys Club Comedy Podcast. And back to the episode.
Yeah.
Shit. This took a...
End on a high note.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
So,
Merry Christmas, everybody.
well, we still haven't finished our...
Oh, I gotta take the test.
our Christmas.
He has the worst Christmas.
What's your worst Christmas?
Oh, it's just like... It's one of the hardest times in my life, really. I lost my wife and everything, and I was... I was promoted to this part of the police department that I've never worked in before. And I was partnered with this older gentleman, this African-American gentleman, who seemed very intent on keeping things by the books. And I was going through some rough patches, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
of course.
And then all of a sudden, like, this girl jumps off of an apartment building and kills herself in a drug. And then we start investigating him, and all of a sudden some guy's kidnapping my partner's daughter, and he's making porn and all this stuff, and I put a gun in my mouth. I could keep going. Lethal Weapon's an amazing movie. Anyway, that's all I wanted to do.
I was going to tell my story about going to the Nakatomi Christmas party, but I think you had me beat, though. So my feet were never the same.
I wanted to do this year. I so badly wanted to do it, and I never did it, but I thought it would be fucking hilarious. So I love Lethal Weapon. It's one of my favorite movies. The scene where Mel Gibson is putting the gun in his mouth, and he's looking at a picture of his dead wife. He's like, I miss you. I miss you. I want to do that with my cat, because my cat died.
Oh, yeah.
Where I just said my holiday greeting card is me making it look like I was going to kill myself over missing my cat.
I hope you're having a happy holiday.
My biggest disappointment this evening is that you haven't given me an opportunity to say immunity revoked.
So that's my
surprise
worst
guest. We have a surprise guest.
As we're ending.
As we're ending. Come on in.
Oh, the kid makes an appearance.
Apologize for entering a room.
I'm going to take this mic. I'll go. I'm going to...
Show Travis what you got.
Hilarious. So.
Show Travis what you got for Christmas for me.
I got rope. I'm going to kill myself.
You know how hard it was not for me to...
Oh, my God. You know how happy I am to get it?
It's a great Christmas present.
I know. She keeps telling me she's not going to let me take it home. I'm like, no.
I'm the one that's going to have to find his body, you motherfuckers.
I told you, I will hang myself in the laundromat.
So I figured this out, by the way.
Go the Wire style.
I no LH surge means no. LH surge means maybe in the next 24 hours. And no, and Invalid means you're fucked.
But no and yes. On
Oh
that
yeah, you
are
gotta
the
piss on this
exact
thing and
same
tell us if
thing.
you're horny.
Like look at that thing. No, look at it though. So look at the second and third options are exactly the same.
Have fun editing the end of this, Sarah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have a smoke.
Travis, sit your ass down.
Richard, you're too white to tell a black man what to do in 2018.
Guilty as
I'm
charged.
just gonna pee on this, and I'm just gonna see what happens.
Travis Lindsay, yeah, sure. No, Travis Lindsay's here from Yuck Yucks.
Nick Beaton yelled at a lot of people.
Oh, the Late Show?
What happened?
The Late Show.
The Late Show was a private party with construction workers.
Yeah, a couple of non-construction worker people.
Sarah?
Daniel kicked out a few people.
Okay.
One guy that I had to yell at.
You.
I had a
You
good
didn't
set.
racist?
I had a good set though. It was.
you being racist?
You had a fantastic
it was
set
really-
last night.
Yeah, it was.
What's
I
that
had
beer
more
can
fun.
there?
Oh yeah. What?
Andrew, what's the beer can?
Big can-
It's amazing that it hasn't fallen over yet.
Oh,
it's so
oh,
good.
oh.
It's going. It's
Wow,
going.
it's
Oh,
just,
thank you. Buddy.
everybody sees it.
It's just got ashes in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Daniel had to kick out a couple people.
Okay.
Nick yelled at a lot of people. I had to yell at people too, but it was fine for
Did
me.
Catherine
I had
have
more
to?
fun at. No, Catherine was drunk by the end of the show because she went up to Nick's room and drank more of her whiskey, and she came down. And when she went back on stage to close the show, she kicked off her shoes. She went up barefoot. It was so great. Yeah, it was a weird show, but it was a fun one. I had fun. Could tell my Valentine's Day joke. Got to close, which I don't get to tell often. So
Terrifying.
You could just pee on it.
But where do I pee?
I'll pee on it.
Where would you pee on that if you were to look at that?
probably the green spot. I would assume so.
You got to use the
Okay, here's the
eyedropper.
thing. I will go pee on this, but if I pee on it, I'm going to tell you how this is going to work.
You're going to get it all over the floor.
I'd love if he was
I'm going to put it
ovulating.
right in the toilet. I'm going to pee on it, and I'm going to put my hand in that fucking toilet, and I'm going to pick out it, because I don't give a fuck, it's my pee. And then I'll clean my hand off, and I'm bringing it to you. But the rest of it is going to be covered in fucking pee. That's all
Which
I'm
is
saying.
just another Saturday night for Andrew.
Do you want me to do it or not? Because
talking about a concealed
I will.
Like a fucking kangaroo.
Raise
What the fuck is this?
instructions. I'll make this happen. No, now it seems weird.
Sarah, you will have to clean piss off your floor if this
No,
happens.
no, you won't. Should I do it? Should I pee on it?
Go
Yes, go for it. Do it.
All right.
Please do it.
Okay, I'll be back in a couple minutes. Then we can finally end this fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Somebody
it does take
Google.
5 minutes to.
Somebody Google if liver failure will trip a ovulation sensor.
And kidney failure.
He got me these always a bridesmaid socks.
Oh, wow. That's the We Do Crew by Pavilion. One size fits all. Thank you for sharing. Wow.
Nick Offerman's still going too.
Yeah, he's just sitting there. He's just been watching, just judging us this whole
I
time.
thought it was
Hasn't cracked us
paused.
about
I didn't.
No, that's right.
Maybe I fucking love Christmas. Maybe this is like the turn it's taking.
What is everybody's opinion on Love Actually?
I love Love Actually. Don't
Yes.
even fucking.
Thank you.
It's a tradition.
It's a good. It's such a terrible movie, but it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's great.
It's so good. What's your favorite storyline from it, though? That's
Hugh
Grant's.
Mine's probably Liam Neeson's.
I like Liam Neeson too.
No,
I like
that's
him trying to
fucking
inspire his little son.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly,
That's a
right?
good one.
And it's just so heartwarming. This little kid wants to
I like
impress a
Laura Linney's
girl.
crazy brother though,
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
because that's gonna be me visiting Vaughn in a hospital someday. My love, no, calm down, my love. It's
Oh man.
look how the shirt came out. Look at the shirt.
Oh fuck. Oh, it's wrapped in toilet paper. Please tell me you washed your hands.
It takes 5 minutes.
I'm not touching that.
Someone's got to read the fucking legend.
Maybe just sit on top of the box.
I have it. So
You say it takes 5 minutes?
It does, yeah.
Oh, it takes 5 minutes. So we got some time.
We got
Oh,
some
do
time.
not put that on the table. What are you doing?
It's
on your phone.
Oh my
Sarah's
god.
phone.
Oh.
And she is not phased by
Sarah,
it.
burn your phone.
far it's one line. I can see.
Yeah, we need 5 minutes.
All right.
You want no LH serve. That means no.
How horny is
Oh, you're
I
not.
think
You're not ovulating.
Anybody still listening to the podcast by this point should get a Patreon access for free. Really.
That's very true. Here's your code. This is why they don't like Christmas. They're all fucking psychopaths.
If Christmas always ended in Vaughn pissing on something, I think it'd be a lot more festive for everybody.
It does all the time.
This has been.
You would have Christmas 4 times a year at our place.
Can you get out there, bud? Please, we can't let him go home with the rope.
That's fine. I'll watch over him.
He can't open the door. How do you think he can tie a fucking knot? Okay. I'm gonna show them all.
I like the Keira Knightley and Andrew.
That is so fucking creepy of a story. Like
it is.
No,
if you take that,
It's
he couldn't have her, so he started a zombie apocalypse. The fucking asshole.
It was enough.
No, if you just objectively look at that and remove the romanticism of it being tied into a Christmas storyline, and it's just some dude creeping on his friend's woman hard, and then getting super pissed that he can never have her. Well, yeah, but he got really fucking weird about it, like
the
signs
zooming
and
in
shit.
and the zooming in with the camera was a bit.
And they're just like obsessing on her with the camera.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
You know, the only part I didn't like about that is that they didn't just say carolers, and it sounds. It's carol singers. Just say carolers. You fucking stop trying to be so British.
Carol singers.
And I feel like that guy should have been like, "Well, I don't hear anything." What if he's like, "Oh, I love carol singers."
Yeah, right.
Like, they're leaving now. Sorry.
It's just a good movie, though. Overall, it's a great movie.
It's
I don't like that Keira Knightley kissed him on the cheek. She ran down the street being like,
"No, they can't." Was it only a kiss on the cheek?
Yeah.
Are you this
Or do they
movie's
kiss?
mom?
No, she's not a
What?
slag.
Are you the movie's mom? Because she's like, it's a good movie though. Like he sounded like a Jewish mother.
I love Love Actually, but it's nothing compared to Prince.
I like the Colin Firth.
You know, that is a really solid
That
one.
is, yeah.
It
He's going through the
is.
village and he
That's the
thinks it's the
worst one.
sister.
Yeah.
Like, that
all
one's
she
so
did
sweet.
was fucking lose papers.
But she
and then
jumped in the water and she looked good doing it and to help his writing.
But that's what it takes to get love. You just like.
Well, you got to
lose
not
their
be able to
work?
speak the other people's
Behind
language.
every good man is a wet woman who saved his papers.
And that's love.
Actually.
I don't know if the bell can be. I need multiple bells at this point.
I always like the theory that Rowan Atkinson was actually an angel. And he was actually
Oh,
supposed
really?
to be
I've never
in
heard that
every
one.
single story. But he got cut down to the 2 with the
That would
boy in the
have that would have been a
airplane.
nice touch.
Yeah.
That would have anything with more Rowan Atkinson is good as good in my book.
Same here? Yeah, you can sit it. Jesus. This is like. Okay, we gotta end this episode.
Yeah,
we
so
gotta
what-
kill this fucking.
All right.
How long has it been going?
I forgot about the test. Did it come out?
What are we at here?
I don't know.
1 hour and 46 minutes.
Par for the course.
No.
That's a short boys club episode.
Yeah, I know, because I have to listen to you guys every time you record one.
It's just, no, I'm not ovulating.
No, yeah.
Sarah, input in an applause sound effect radio.
Crowd
You're
goes
not
wild.
ovulating.
Not ovulating. Orbiting maybe, but you're not ovulating.
And
Well, Merry Christmas.
I've had a
everyone.
bucket of beer.
This, you know what? This started off as an anti-Christmas episode.
very briefly, and we went
Like
all
every
over.
good Christmas special.
Yeah.
I had
But
a
I got
great
rope
time.
and I'm going to use it.
But I had a great time and I love all y'all.
Where's the rope? It's not
Ho, ho, ho.
I'm trying to be sentimental. Stop talking about wanting to kill yourself.
Where is it?
Are you going to leave a note?
Yeah, no.
Is he going to read Andrew Evans read your fucking Christmas card already?
I'm going to write Andrew's note on his behalf. That's what's going to happen.
But thanks everybody for coming. And Merry Christmas, even though we all hate it.
Happy Kwanzaa.
And I actually don't know if I hate it anymore.
Boo!
This was fun.
Boo this woman.
This was fun. Look,
I
we got
love
lights.
Christmas.
We got a fireplace ish. We got
You're in
great
the pocket
gifts.
of Big Christmas.
Hey, rope.
Yeah, like we are.
Was bread one of the gifts? I came in so late. I just don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can't eat gluten.
Oh.
No, I can eat
Yeah.
gluten, not processed wheat. There's a difference.
Well,
It's a lot more loserish. Definitely.
You've had this conversation too much.
Yeah. It's way more pretentious.
is there any plugs we want to do, you guys? You got any plugs?
Plebs. Listen to the Splood cast.
I'd
every
plug some
Thursday.
Molly right now.
Molly's the best.
Subscribe to Intoxicated Reviews
Yeah.
and Boys Club
And Boys Club
Podcast.
Podcast.
Right now, we're
Motherfuckers.
having fun going back and watching Ready
Richard's
or Not.
appeared on more episodes than Dan.
Yeah, hey, there you go.
Rich. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Thank you, Richard, for coming.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for having
This
me.
was excellent. And I'm drunker than I should be. So let's close this fucking thing and say Merry Christmas, and whoever can get the bell can ring it. Ring it! Ring it! Ring it! Second last episode of 2018. Bye.